I don't know what. That was crazy. Anyway, how you guys doing? Tuesday night, how you doing?
We're doing good, man. How are you?
I am so unhinged right now. Work was crazy, and I was trying to push it to hurry up and get out of work. Well, originally I was supposed to leave work early to go to a doctor's appointment, and yeah, I missed that doctor's appointment because I forgot after getting the reminder phone call last night from the doctor. After telling everybody at work I had to leave by 2:30, I still didn't leave by 2:30, and at like 3 o'clock, one of my employees was like, "Why are you still here? Aren't you supposed to be at the doctor?" So I missed my doctor appointment. Had I gone to the doctor appointment, I would have been home early and had everything ready to go for this stream for this game. But because I stayed at work to work, work got crazy after 3 o'clock, and I ended up being there until 5, and actually 5:06. And then I had to drive really fast to get home, and run inside and make my dinner real quick. And okay, that's a big cat.
It's a
kitty. Are you cold? You were like sitting there wearing a coat.
She looks cozy.
No, it's not. It's like a
robe.
Okay.
It's cozy.
Mitty's ADHD is going wild tonight.
Nice.
It's like a little fox.
Okay.
That's cute.
Oh my gosh.
You know, what does the fox say? Toot, toot, toot.
No.
I'm surrounded by cats. You can't see them because I'm blurred, but I have one cat right on my shoulder, one on my lap, and then the black one just.
I can see the motion behind you now of the cat.
You're unlocking your inner druid, you know?
Yeah.
For real?
You know, the animals. It's
Yes.
I don't let the 3 dogs in here, otherwise it'd be a shit show. So, sorry, we're not a PC like channel. Whoops, sorry.
No, we're not PC. It's
not
okay.
PC.
Yeah, you can.
How
curse.
fucking dare you?
Right?
okay, so we're cursing.
I mean, it's not a runic stream, but we can second it.
Right? So yeah, I'm all out of sorts, and I'm just trying to pull it together and make sure that I give you guys as good a game as I can, because I want to, and you guys deserve it. And yeah, I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited about Moonslicer joining you guys. I'm excited about seeing how you guys beat the shit out of Draven for causing this whole thing. I'm excited to see how you guys react to everything that's happening and what's going down. So, Corbin, if you would please give us a recap while I take a couple more bites. I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, do you want us to do character introductions on stream beforehand, or skipping this time? Okay, that's who shakes the head.
You know what? We're going to do character introductions, even though we just did them to Moonslicer, but we'll do them... You know what? No, because this is the first time... Yeah, we'll do them. Yes, the ADD it's strong tonight. Very strong. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Muth. We're going to go up. The person above Muth should be Lorelei. Above Lorelei should be Draven.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're going to cut over to Beowulf.
It's different for me.
Go down to Gur.
Yeah. You have to have
Look at the stream.
up.
Open up the side chat.
And then go to Moonslicer.
You're after Allie.
Moonslicer will be last and then me. So, Muth, if you would please.
We need a fucking roll initiative here, Jesus.
Wow!
No! Can y'all? Okay, so, my name's Xander. I'm playing Muth. I am a Shadow Sorcerer, mostly. Starting doing a little bit of multi-class into Cleric, because he's evolving and he's transforming as a character. But basically, his whole idea is he used to be a paladin, and then he died, and now he's a sorcerer, and he's trying to remember his past. And so, as things go along, he's learning more about religion, and he's learning more about why he was brought back, and he's learning more about his past, and he knows he likes to make pies. So that's my character, and I am not on any socials, but if you join the tavern, then you can chat with me. So come on.
Sounds good. Hello, everybody. My name is Corbin. I also am not really on any socials, pretty much just in the tavern, if I'm not super busy. But I play a human artificer wizard multi-class named Lorelei Dawnfall. She is the emotionally stunted mom of the party and a bit of a hard ass, but she's got a heart of gold. She's from a post-apocalyptic world known as Dunaya and has a lightning buffet that basically powers up all of her armor. She thinks that she's the smartest in every room and it's an issue. Alright, that made Draven, you're next.
Sorry, I was distracted trying to find something. Hello, I'm Draven. Actually, I'm Floki. But I am playing Draven, who is a rogue fighter. Oh no, it's really bad. I was going to say you can scan this QR code if you want to join the tavern, but it's really bad. So we'll deal with that later. But fighter, he is he's a little bit hard-headed, and he has a strong sense of justice because reasons. And he is currently figuring out his life because he is at 1 HP max right now. And I thought he was gonna kick the bucket, but he didn't. And so we'll see what happens tonight. Oh, also I'm Floki the DM. You can find me on all the socials as that.
All right.
Hello, yep, we're good. We're going. My name is Allie. Or plague walker on social media. I do art and stuff on the socials. Chris Strahd, I play Beowulf Greywind, who is a mountain dwarf paladin and fighter, previous blood hunter. She's kind of stepping into the role of maturity and responsibility. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. That's it.
Does that mean it's me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi,
that's
I'm
you.
Gur. I don't do anything.
Wow.
I don't. I play Foster. I do that. I am a level 7 Earth Genasi Grave Cleric, but as Draven has pointed out, I'm also 1 max hit point also, so we're kind of going through a life-changing experience, possibly, momentarily. So, that's me.
And that leaves the new girl. new girl.
Hi. I'm
Hi.
so I started here on it. Hi. On any of my socials, I'm Evil E424. I don't do anything except for drink whiskey and do stupid shit. For the sake of the game, my character is Graina Moorgrave. She is a elfish druid / blood hunter. She came from a pretty affectionate family until she watched them all burn.
You're not
So
an
she
elf.
kind of spent her life. Well, I'm a druid. Asimir, sorry. Oh, is that how you say that? Because that sounded
Asimir.
sweary.
Yeah, Asimir.
Asimir. I get my character.
It's a weird word.
My little sister
Yeah,
calls
also-
them ASMR because she thinks it's funny. Don't do that.
That's kind of, I was like, how to say this word. So, I guess I don't know who I am. No, I do. So, no, I'm a druid, Asimir, blood hunter. Sorry, I just switched over from another game, so I have to catch up with characters. She came from a good home until she watched her entire family burn, so now she's developed a little bit of a arsony as a thing. She loves people, but if you fuck with her, she's gonna let you up, and so she tends to have a little bit of an impulse thing. Yeah, she has an impulse thing with word vomit. So I think that we'll get to see that here hopefully soon.
Right on. Thank you very much. If you don't know, I'm DM SETI. This is my Twitch. I'm not really a big deal, but these people seem to think I am, and they love me for some reason. Clearly they don't know me. No, they do, and that's why they love me. I'm all over the place today. It's okay. We like to hang out and play D&D a lot, especially me. 6 nights a week, five nights a week here, 6 games. Corbin, why aren't you doing a recap so that I can go back to eating and not think?
That's a fantastic question. Anyway, getting on to the recap. Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 23 of Fate's Rejects. Last session was a bit of a doozy, and if you haven't seen it, I feel like that would definitely be the one to watch, because a whole lot happened in a very short amount of time, and it was kind of crazy. And both the person who played Draven and the person who plays Foster had mentioned that they are currently at 1 hit point, and that is because of the craziness. So the beginning of session started with a festival in Vallaki called the Festival of the Blazing Sun, which is one of the many festivals that the Burgomaster of Vallaki puts on about once a month or so to try and keep up morale and by proxy maybe keep Strahd away. It's an odd system. But during the Festival of the Blazing Sun, he had all of Fate's Rejects come up with him on the stage where the parade had basically ended in the town square, and he announced to the entirety of Vallaki the heralds of the heroes of Vallaki and what Fate's Rejects did in the Coffin Maker's house, getting rid of 6 vampire spawn with minimal casualties. It's technically just the one. But because of that, he went through and he introduced us to Vallaki all by name, basically said what we did, why we're important, and that he specifically wanted to honor us so that way everyone knew that there were people fighting actively against the powers of evil in Barovia, because that's fairly unheard of. So let's see here. But at the end of his speech, the Burgomaster commands that the people go and light up the blazing sun, which is basically a pile of woven together sticks to look like a sun on a big old pole. And while everyone is trying to light it, rain starts pouring down from the sky, and in a flash of lightning, Strahd appears in the very place he is unwanted, which is absolutely anywhere. So he interrupts the speech, basically goes on to talk to the people of Vallaki, saying, you think these walls will keep you safe from me, you think the Burgomaster has your best interest in mind, you think that it matters that you do all of these things to try and keep everybody in Vallaki in line, but ultimately it doesn't matter and you're not the one in control. And while he's in the middle of the speech, Muth, the sorcerer, walks up to him and basically says, "Hi, we haven't met yet. My name is Muth. You're Strahd, right? The guy in charge of all these things. So nice to meet you." And then Muth goes on to try and talk him down a little bit, basically trying to say, so you really don't need to try and fearmonger all these people into trying to follow you, when you can instead do something to maybe earn their loyalty instead as a way to rule them. Just as a different strategy, maybe throw some things at wall, see what sticks. And Strahd basically turns to him and says, "You think I need to fearmonger in order to get these people's respect?" And he turns to the rest of Vallaki and commands everyone in it to kneel, including the Burgomaster. So the Burgomaster kneels first, everyone else in Vallaki kneels first, and Muth is basically trying to backtrack and goes, no, I didn't necessarily mean that, I just mean," and then he turns to the rest of us and says, "I couldn't help but notice that the rest of the 6 of you weren't kneeling, and I said get on the ground." So it was, yeah, I know. This is basically where it goes wrong. I believe Lorelai gets on the floor, looks at everyone, tells them all to kneel, first. She goes down on one knee. Fia, who I don't think Allie necessarily explained. Did you want to do that real quick? Okay.
So during March Madness, at the end of the Thursday night group, basically there was the opportunity of our characters being sent home. The problem is that Beowulf does not know what home is. And within Beowulf's backstory, she has a twin sister named Fia. And so it was this whole figuring out what home is for her and a soul for soul exchange. So for a few sessions, I played her twin sister, and then last session, Beowulf appeared back after Fia was banished by Strahd. So,
yeah.
Soul exchange.
Yeah, basically. So Lorelai kneeled first, then Fia, then then Foster, then Muth, and Obi as well, and then the only one left standing was just Draven, who basically started walking up to Strahd and went, "Hey man, not meaning any super big disrespect or anything, but I'm just saying you're kind of the ruler of Barovia and like Vallaki and Kresk and all those things in this like quaint little village of yours. But I'm not from here, and frankly, I don't particularly have to do what you say. And frankly, you're a prick for asking me to do that in the first place. So no." And so Strahd, the entire time he's talking, did 2 different spells, and it was like a save or suck spell. One, he tried to turn Draven into a statue, and that didn't particularly work because really, really bad rolls, which were very convenient for the rest of us. Strahd basically turns to Draven, asks him, "By the way, what's your favorite number?" Draven says 21. Strahd turns to the Burgermeister and says, either you're giving up this Draven to me right now, or send 21 of people of your choice from Vallaki to my castle, and that will be my appeasement to make sure that the rest of your town stays intact, or else I'll come back and basically murder all of you. So Draven basically tries to start arguing with him. Lorelai comes, stands back up, goes in between Draven and Strahd, and basically says, "I'm so sorry. You know how dogs are. Sometimes they bark when they're not wanted to, and that doesn't mean that they need to necessarily be put down, but it does mean that they need to be trained. So get the frick down on the ground," and starts pushing him back towards the rest of the group. He says no. She sweeps his legs, makes him fall, turns to Strahd, tries to make a deal. Doesn't particularly go well, because the only other thing that Strahd wants is Irina. And then basically all hell breaks loose, because one by one, everybody in the party starts standing up once he starts talking about needing to have the Burgermeister to bring the 21 to his castle. And they attack. So yeah. I think we make it about 4 rounds of everyone exchanging blows for the most part. Draven is pretty much the only one who is taking hits for most of it, and eventually when Draven finally goes down and is making death saves, then he moves on to to Foster. Muth had been keeping up a darkness spell around Strahd, and everyone else had basically been picking him off from the side. Fia had been trying to use magic to bring Draven back up and kept getting counterspelled, and Obi was off to the side using phantasmal force on Strahd, something like that, and basically trying to whittle down his hit points. And we were doing a fairly decent job. No one was dead yet. They're right there, but no one was dead yet. Before things were escalating and starting to get really bad, just because Draven had gone down, was currently making death saves. The healing spell Fia had used on him got counter-spelled, so he was actively dying, and then Strahd moved on to Foster. Hi, I play Lorelai. She had the brilliant idea of going behind Muth's shadow, or darkness spell, using disguise self to turn into Irina, come back around. Muth dropped the darkness spell and turned it into a blade while everyone else was kept attacking, and she basically tried to act as Irina and convince Strahd to instead take her back to his castle as penance and to just leave everyone else be, because it's what he wanted, isn't it? And it works for about 2 rounds, I want to say, which is enough time for Fia to at least bring up Draven, so that way he's no longer dying, and everyone else is basically taking pop shots at Strahd's back while this is happening. Eventually Strahd figures out that it isn't Irina, and that's actually Lorelai, so he grabs her hand and tells her to shift back. She says, "No, I think I'll stay like this." And then basically the fighting continues for a little bit, and then eventually Strahd gets low enough in hit points to where I believe he gets down to 43. He sweeps Lorelai around, kisses her, turns into bats, and flies away.
Oh man, I forgot about the kiss.
So where that left the party is Draven and Foster are both down to 1 hit point, and everything else taken out.
And that's their max.
That's their current maximum until they take a long rest. I think during the fight, Strahd had done was it Circle of Death?
Yeah.
On everybody? Yeah. And had killed about 34 people in Vallaki who had still been kneeling because they hadn't been told that they could stand yet, and they were in the line of fire. So, yeah. The rest of us, I believe, since then in the ICC had basically just been trying to figure out what to do. In the meantime, we split up some of the guards in Vallaki to do different jobs. So there is a small contingent who is meeting up with Lorelei and Milovaj over at the graveyard to start digging holes. Muth and Beowulf. Oh, I forgot about the Beowulf swappy thing. You kind of already described that, but that's fine. It's fine. We're lining up bodies to be identified to see whose family they belong to, so that way we can put something on the gravestones. And then our animated armor, Alphonse was taking Draven and Foster to the Blue Water with the boys to go and rest and be somewhere safe. And now it's session 23, and the mayhem continues.
Yes, that was 4 hours of session in 8 minutes.
Nice.
Dude, did I really go on that long? Gosh, dang.
But you know what? You did good. You did good.
Thanks.
There was a whole lot of stuff. Okay.
A lot.
Lorelei can have inspiration.
Yeah.
That was a whole lot
That's
of
good, because
stuff
I used mine
that
last
occurred.
time on trying. I used
Whole
mine
lot.
last time on trying not to react to Beowulf showing up in the middle of me trying to flirt with this dude.
So, it is still raining. It is getting darker. Foster, you and Draven are both being wheeled to the Blue Water. Muth, you're currently working with Beowulf to line up the dead. Correct? Lorelei, what are you currently doing?
There's some of the Vlakan guards who are basically setting up an infirmary in, I believe, the church. I'm with Milovaj and a few other guards, and we are digging graves for the bodies who will eventually be coming because I have mold earth. After I had made sure that the boys had been dropped off with Donovich and that Draven and Foster had also been dropped off there to rest.
That's a whole lot of stuff. Where are you currently?
The graveyard.
Okay, you're currently at the graveyard. Okay.
I've had caffeine, I talk fast.
Okay, Moonslicer, we're going to go back to our original plan with you being in the crowd because there's people that are still there with the crowd. Okay? Her and I talked a couple different times earlier today and came up with different contingencies of where we were going to start her because there was this idea, there was at the Blue Water, there was a couple different ideas. I want to go back to the original one because I really like that one. I really like how you're going to be giving your little speech, and I think Muth and Beowulf are the right people to hear it. So Muth, Beowulf, as you guys are helping line up bodies, and you're getting a couple other people to finally realize, hey, you don't have to kneel. And other people who are scampering and running away, you see and almost sense both of you being, of the presence of mind of spirituality in one way or another. Okay? You sense something. And as you look over towards this one group of people, pushing past them is this energy, this force that when she breaks through the final crowd of people, you can see this Muth, you know what it is. Somehow you know what it is. It's almost like you remember.
I
From
can
your
also
paladin.
cast Detect Good and Evil if that would fit better.
I don't want you to use that yet.
Okay.
It's more along the lines of your paladin heritage that you were before you were reborn. You just sense this about her, that this figure that came through is, and it could just be the wings, is an Esvar that breaks through the crowd. You want to go ahead and start up Moonslicer? And just
Sure.
come through that
You-
crowd?
I would love to.
Okay.
So, you kind of sense this figure coming in and stuff like that, and you look over and there's this like figure clad in a blood red cloak who's just shoving through the cloud, voice sharp as she barks, "Get back, you sheep!" Reaching your party, she throwbacks her head and she realizes she's got cherry red hair, cascading. Her eyes are devoid of any single color except for a swirl of light of multifaceted genes, and she raises her hands in it like a sign of peace. Right? She's not carrying weapons and stuff like that. As she gets closer, you can smell kind of a sagebrush, kind of earthy, and a wisp of smoke and heat lingering behind her. She leans down and she goes, "I'm Graina. I would have arrived here sooner, but I was unaware it wasn't happening until Yesmith told me. Had I known, I would have been here much more in the thick. I would do anything to resist Strahd. I wanted to assist you by burning and blazing and shoving that sun where it doesn't shine. But the villagers who are all around just keep moving around." And she looks at him and she goes, "Mind your business, you damn sheep. Bah, bah, bah." She looks back at you. "My apologies for my outburst. I'm here to help. Is there anything I can do?"
Yeah, I would say there's a few things. I mean, maybe be a bit more respectful to the people. They're not sheep. They actually have just risen to the occasion. They have shown what they're capable to do once they, converge together and work as a team. Right now they're kind of at a low point. We are currently gathering the dead, so they can be properly identified and then put to rest through burial. Is that something that you could assist with, or there's a few other options as well? We also have the triage tent that is happening over at the Blue Water Inn. Those are for the people who are injured. I don't know what the level of injury might be, but obviously you can also see there's a lot of destruction happening here. What are your specialties? What are you good at?
I have quite a few healing spells and stuff like that, if that is required, but also if we need to take care of bodies and stuff like that, I have a kinship with fire. But also I can turn into a shape if we need to drag things and pull things and stuff like that. I am at your mercy. I apologize for my reaction to the villagers.
That's okay. Also, I'm Beowulf. This is Muth. Are we cremating the people or just burying them?
Hi, I am Muth. It's a pleasure to meet you. We have at least 24 lives lost, many more injured. Some of them are unable to stand on their own. Our goal is not to cremate and is not to fight. Our goal is to lay to rest. And if Foster was here, he'd be praying over them right now. That's what I'm trying to do. Line them up, get them identified, get them taken care of, and send them on their way. Is that you understand me?
I do. I completely understand you. Where would you like me to go?
Well, if you say you have healing spells, then I think the triage tent would be best for you.
Perfect. I will head there right now.
I'm gonna turn to Bayo and say, is that... No. I kind of felt a little bit of culture door, like angel. Did you get that?
That one actually had wings, so
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying that close attention. There's a lot
Oh
of
no,
stuff
I
happening
was.
Okay.
I wonder if she can fly. You think she can fly?
I mean, I bet. I mean, I hope they're not just for show.
I
I
mean, that would
also
be
hope she gets a better attitude soon because that was kind of a rude introduction. But
I don't know. It seems like
we,
she's,
we,
like,
we've
service to
got more lives
duty.
to take care of.
Kind of reminded me of Voltador a little bit. Service before all. But we'll see. I kind of wonder, where'd she hear about us? Why is she here to help? And what's her
Said something
strife with
about
Strahd?
Yasmith. I'd have to talk to Laura
Oh,
and see what that has to do with
isn't
it.
that the blacksmithing dwarf?
Yeah, the other door.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
The
Maybe.
one you went on a date with?
Not me.
We didn't go on a date. It was a conversation and dinner. There's a difference. I don't know.
Conversation.
Maybe I misinterpreted.
He did specifically say, consider this more of like a father-daughter type thing.
And why are you trying to make it weird?
Yeah,
Because you're the one who forgot about him.
Whoa. I tried to do that in the ICC. It did not take place.
Lady, you're the one who said yes to a date.
Said yes to a free
The
dinner.
premise just changed afterwards.
So you said triage is over there by the church?
Yes.
Okay. So before we get to the church and Lorelei, who went off camera maybe because of children,
No, but I clicked the wrong thing. It's fine.
you clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Mr. Foster, Mr. Draven, as Alphonse takes you over to the Blue Water, you arrive at the Blue Water to Erwin himself standing there, and he sees you guys approaching. He's like, what is going on?
I think Draven is like, he's just completely beat to shit. So he's probably like,
Hey, I know you can't talk because you're a freaking suit of armor. Foster, you don't. Oh, we lost Serena.
We lost Moon.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's back.
She's
okay.
back.
Okay.
Did your son get there to work on your camera?
Yeah. I've got a much better camera than the. Sorry, everything went dark. I'm trying to bring it back up. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I figured that's what it was. I was like, oh, her son's probably working on the camera. He looks over at you and he's like, Foster, are you able to communicate at all, or?
Like pebbles coming out of his mouth, dude. It's just...
Okay.
They need help outside.
Is
And then,
he-
like, that's all the energy he has. And I'm like,
Okay, Raven, listen very closely to me. I have my wife and children to protect. Is he still here fighting? Okay. He looks at Alphonse and he's like, I guess take them to their room? I mean, I don't know how you're going to use that wheelbarrow going up the steps, but I don't question it. Go take them one at a time if you want, but it'd probably be a lot smoother and they would hurt less if you carried them. That is why you do not employ magic armor.
yep.
Are you two planning on just going to your appropriate rooms and just crashing? Not crashing out.
I'm going.
That means something different.
I'm going wherever this fucking magical armor takes me.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So you
If I have
two
to
will-
sleep in the wheelbarrow, I'll sleep in the wheelbarrow.
You two are being taken to your resting place. Not your final resting place, mind you. just a resting place.
For now.
Unless the boys get a little too aggressive and they jump on him, they're like, "You're here!"
Right?
Right.
Killed by 5-year-olds.
Right?
Shit happens.
Mold earth, dump wheelbarrow, both dead.
But Donovich is there to help direct the situation. He gets you two into bed with the help of Alphonse. He keeps the boys out of the room so that you two can rest. He already knows that he can't do any healing to help you guys, that this is horrible necrotic damage that you guys just have to sleep off. So you guys are put to bed. Lorelai.
Wrap my arms around Foster, and I'm
Yes.
just like, I love you, brother. Thank you.
Got you, man. I'm here with you.
That was more talking than you guys did outside. I think you just wanted to get to bed with each other.
And
Can't say there hasn't been
like,
a lead
e-
up.
like we have any energy to do anything. Foster doesn't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm sure Draven will show you. So anyway,
Not right now.
So,
Lorelai, you're at the triage, and people just keep coming in. More and more people are like,
I'm at the graveyard.
"You went to the graveyard? I thought you went to
Yep.
triage."
Nope. That was her.
I know. Okay. What are you doing at the graveyard? Digging already? Molding earth?
I was meeting up with Milavage and a few of the guards to use mold earth to start making gravestones because we need about 34 of them in the next, 4 hours.
Father Lucian suggests to you that if we can't get these graves dug quickly enough, perhaps there's a lot of them. Perhaps we put our efforts towards taking care of the ones that are alive for now. We make sure that none of these can rise. I will take care of that, along with Yeska, making sure that they do not rise. Milavage can start working on grave digging. But rather than having people just over here digging holes, maybe try to prevent us from having to dig more. Maybe healing people, maybe bandaging people, maybe checking them out to make sure that they're not going to die. Miss Lorelai, maybe?
No,
Instead of-
no, you're
Let's not be reactionary and maybe respond instead of react.
no, you're right. I think I just wanted a few minutes alone.
I
I'll
can
go.
understand.
I'll go.
I can understand time alone. I know that you consider yourself their leader, and I know sometimes they follow you. And sometimes when a leader is faced with a situation that did not turn out best for the group, the leader starts questioning themselves, starts questioning decisions that they made, decisions they didn't make.
It's not just that, Lucian. Did you see what happened at the end? What I was willing to give up?
Yes, I saw.
Yeah. He kissed me, and for a second there, it felt like being held and wanted again. And then reality came crashing back. Because it wasn't me he wanted, and that wasn't the right person. And I opened my eyes again, and it wasn't the right face.
But they're still good. But they're still good.
So it's not just that. There's a lot going on, and there's no time for any of it.
I am very sorry, Lorelai.
I know, it's okay. It's been a very long time. He shared your name, you know. His name was Lucian. And it's been 19 years. But sometimes it just doesn't matter. Because it's been a very, very long time since I've had that. And I don't think I realized that I was missing having someone that close until they were there again and it was all wrong.
I know that the other. It was a few days ago, maybe a little bit longer, that you'd spoke of. You were speaking of Casimir, and correct me if I'm wrong. I might be way off base here, Lorelai, but I saw a twinkle in your eye.
Yes, but he's stuck with the Dusk Elves, and I'm here in Verloki, and it's going to be a very long time until we're in a place where I could even do anything about that, even if it were on the table. I don't even know if he's like interested in the first place, and I don't know where to start.
A conversation.
Just...
It starts with a conversation. Trust me, I am a man of the cloth. I have devoted my life to the Morning Lord. I am not suggesting you run off and bed Casimir. I'm not suggesting that at all. But you can communicate. You can talk to him. You could get to know him.
I could
You could
send
be
a
friends.
letter. Yeah, we could. We're just really far away, and there's never going to necessarily be a time where I can go actually talk face to face with him. Not really.
Really
Not
far
with
away.
everything going on.
Really far
Yes.
away.
Yes, really far away.
It's not even from here to there. It's
Yes.
less than a day.
Do you really think that I can leave for an entire day and everything be okay?
Lorelai, did we just talk about how sometimes they listen to you? That means sometimes they don't.
Trust me, I'm very well aware. It cost 34 lives today, when it should have just cost one.
That's not on you.
It doesn't matter if it is, it still happened. I'll go check the tents. Thank you for coming and talking with me, Lucian.
If you need alone time, you should go inside. Even if you don't pray to the Morning Lord, even if you don't pray, you go inside, you kneel, people think you're praying, they leave you alone. I have people do it all the time. I know they're not praying. They just want to be left alone.
Well, the idea is look busy and no one's going to come and ask you for something else. Hence, and I'll point over to like the like two holes I had started, graves. So, but that could work too. Might be a little bit less conspicuous.
We can talk more later.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you. And she'll start walking back to the rest of the group in the town square.
Okay. Because I want to get the introductions done. Graven? Yeah, it's Graven, right? Is that how we say her name?
I think it's Graina.
Graina.
Graina?
Okay.
Graina. Grena.
With a C?
Oh,
Like
with a G.
Okay,
Graena.
Grena. Okay.
Raina.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I'm pronouncing it
For a
correctly.
second
Grena.
there, I thought you were making a joke about Draven being 2 steps from the grave and changing his name.
I was like, rude.
Like, Graven? What?
Grena, as you are trying to figure out where the triage is without asking,
Mm-hmm.
you see the lady that seemed to be in charge that was up on stage, and she's like walking towards you, but she doesn't like, she's like looking right through you. She doesn't even see you. But you two are basically on a collision course for each other. Halfway between the town square and is it the
The
school?
Blue Water.
The Blue Water? Okay.
I'd suggested either setting it up in the church or the school. Kind of depended on where everyone was. And how big is the school comparatively? Is it about the same size or is it like a third?
The school is actually bigger than the Blue Water.
Oh, perfect. We should probably do that or the church.
Okay.
At least
And they are right
one.
across they're right across the street from each other, so.
Yeah. Because the church has pews, which might work pretty well, which might work better as beds than the like school tables and random chairs would be.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
And
Let's
Father
do that.
Lucian's a lot more willing to let you use his church for triage than Erwin is to let you use the Blue Water.
Very much so. Plus, no one asked Erwin for permission to start bringing people in there.
Okay.
You didn't die from Strahd. There's your reward.
You know.
Do you want to say anything to her as you're walking towards her?
Just for reference, Lorelai
Yes.
is a 6'3" human with like really like fairly frizzy red hair, and I already told you about like the lightning method and the big old like armor and stuff. So she's a fairly imposing figure, but she's also 46 years old, so she's got like weak old lady arms.
Well, I'm above the table 50, so thank you. Yes, I will work
Okay,
on my
cool.
own.
That's fair. Sorry, last campaign I made her 68, and I just lowered it for this one.
Can't have
The
her
fact
breaking
that
my
I'm
hip.
older than you, I guess I have old man arms, so you know.
Yeah. I just like sit here and like wing flap.
Right?
I think that you know. I
Apologies.
think my
I'm
character.
Now I
is,
need to
like,
make an Aarakocra that can do that.
Well, she is an ASMR, so.
Yeah.
just flap some wings out. Look at me.
Yeah, you know.
I think she probably would just like ask if she needed any help, like very gently, like I'm sorry if I'm bothering you, like I'm trying to find my way, and like do you need any help yourself though before I find my location?
Lorelai, what's your passive?
Terrible, because that is it's 12.
Okay, that makes sense. Give me a perception roll as this person walking by you
I hadn't gotten out my dice,
speaks.
but that's gonna be a 9. It's real bad.
Okay.
Where's
So
my dice?
I don't know where your dice went.
No, I set them somewhere because I was cleaning. I'll look in a sec.
Okay. So anyway, she says, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
What? She'll kind of like look around like she was like not paying attention to her surroundings whatsoever. Oh, hi. You had a... And she'll like look between your wings and then look back at you. Not very usual for Veloki. Did you just get here? Were you in the mists?
I was in the mist. I was sucked in to the mist, for a lack of a better term. I was trying to do some things, and obviously Strahd had a better thing. I got sucked. The mist sucked me in, and I've been here ever since. Luckily, Velaki, some very kind people here, have taken refuge on me, and I've been able to stay.
If you know about Strahd and you don't seem terribly freaked out, how long have you been here?
Over a year and a half, hiding and trying to find things out and not be caught, because obviously if he brought me in, he has a reason.
So a very long time, that is. Okay, that works. Yeah, sure. We are, I'm trying to set up some kind of triage tent, they called it, over at the church. And if you've been here that long, you know where that is. So you could either head over there and start like putting pews together and make some beds or something, or maybe gather linens from people. I sent like 2 different guards to start trying to get some like blankets and pillows from some of the nearby houses. Besides that, you can help move same bodies once they've been identified, because in a certain sense, we're kind of waiting on the rest of Velocki to be able to do that.
I'm willing to help wherever you need me, and I'll head over to the church. I guess I saw that you were deep in thought and wondered if you personally needed anything.
Nothing any of you would be able to help me with. Thank you for the offer, though.
Okay.
I was going to see if any of the guards had at least gotten some linen so we could start putting them over bodies, and if they hadn't, then I'd be going and talking to some of the people in houses, if you'd like to help out with that.
I would love to help out with that.
Okay, that works. You know a lot more of the people around here than I do, so you probably would have more luck.
I've kind of been hiding, if I'm going to be honest, so there's not a lot of people in this town who know about me.
I mean, for good reason. It's been a while since we've seen an ASMR around here.
Yeah, we tend to stick out.
Yeah, just a little bit. Alright, so what's your name, ASMR?
It's Grayna, but if you want to, you can call me Gray if you prefer.
Either way, Grayna or Gray works. My name is Lorelai Dawnfall. I'm from Dunaya, if you're familiar with it.
I am.
You're familiar with Dunaya?
I've been traveling everywhere. Family was burned in a horrible fire, and I've been trying to find the source of that. So I've been world skipping, so to speak, and realm skipping, trying to find the people, chasing them down. I've been mildly successful, but they're still out there, and I will find them.
Oh, okay. What world are you from then?
I haven't got that far in my thinking of where I'm from. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
And backstory stuff. Super cool.
And backstory was incomplete right now. Welcome, people. This is how you don't prepare for a thing.
That's
fine.
fair. We our
Lorelai with the
sorcerer
12th
is
degree.
actually, yeah, our sorcerer Muth is actually from somewhere around here in Barovia. Believe I don't necessarily. Why are you shaking your head?
He isn't
far as I
originally
know.
from Barovia.
No,
As far
Moose
as
is
I know,
from.
though.
Well, true, but Moose is from Acadia.
Mhm.
Not Barovia. But,
Well,
hey.
Muth is from a grave.
We know that
Yes.
Muth is from a
Moose is
grave
from a church.
in
I pulled that
Barovia
out of the
because we
whole
met him the day he like came back to life. So, as far as Lorelai knows, that's true. Our dwarf is from a place called the Fourth Peak. Draven, I'm not entirely sure. I believe it was somewhere from Faerun, something like that. And I believe Foster was also from somewhere around there. I forget. I hadn't heard any of these names before. They just said them out loud.
I'm ready now. To answer your question, my family originated from Unther, and stuff like that. But right before their demise happened, we had moved to Faerun.
Oh, so you're kind of from Faerun as well, ish. So you at least know the names of the weird things they say.
Yes, yeah, a little bit. Yes, the weird things they say.
So I want to cut over to
Unther?
Gur.
Unther?
Yes.
You and
Gunther.
I'd like to
Okay.
cut over to Foster and Draven, but realistically, theirs is going to be in the middle of the night. So, other than taking care of the sick, the injured, the dying, or dead, is there anything the four of you want to do, need to do, before I go forward in time to everyone just trying to get a night's sleep before you start back up tomorrow morning?
Praying, I guess.
Muth will probably walk until he gains a few levels of exhaustion, digging graves until someone tells him otherwise. So whenever he starts to get levels of exhaustion, then he'll go sleep. But until then, he's walking. He's trying to fix this mess.
Okay.
yeah.
Milavage would be trying to keep up with you, but quickly realizes that he does not have the stamina of a dead man.
I need to go. Where do I set my dice?
She's still looking for dice. What
I put them.
what about you, Miss Beowulf?
I think Bayo, she, after they have gathered the dead, and people have started, going back to their homes and whatnot, um, she would make her way over to the triage tent. And even as everybody has fallen asleep on their appropriate cots and whatnot, she would keep a watch, just kind of keeping an overall assessment of the place, ensuring everybody is safe and that there are no more losses.
Okay. Much like, I mean, you working in a hospital, much like a real hospital, as the night goes on and it gets to the point where, unless there's another emergency, unless there's something that happens, things start dying down. Things start slowing down. Maybe dying isn't the correct word right now. Things start slowing down. Less and less people are making their way into the church for triage. Less and less people are reporting injuries. There's still a few that trickle in every once in a while. My wife said that I need to come in here and get checked out, and there's like a spike sticking out of their arm or something like that. That they were trying
Um,
to
the
be tough.
farmers, yes.
Yeah. But it slows down to the point where you're able to just make sure everyone who is okay is okay. There are still a handful of people who are, touch and go that you guys are having to pay real close attention to. You, I don't know how much in detail you want to get to. I have some details I can get to, from Wednesday night
It's completely,
and their
it's
triage
completely
unit.
up to you.
Oh
It's completely up to you.
The most exciting thing will be at some point in the middle of the night, a woman comes in who is in labor, who
Always
needs
the
to give
one.
birth. Yeah.
It's
Always.
always the one.
Um,
Okay.
which a birth is always an exciting thing.
Oh my gosh.
Is it?
Es-
Okay.
well, especially in Barovia when somebody's being born,
Stupid
it's a big deal in Barovia.
I put it in a
Okay.
drawer.
The rest of us
as
are
I see-
playing, girl.
Okay. As I see that lady come up, is it like, hey, the baby is coming now, or do we have time?
Oh yeah, it's, hey, the baby's coming now. And it's not breach, it's, a matter of crowning already.
Oh,
She
okay.
she
Okay.
was duck walking the last 30, 40 yards to the church. And then people were able to pick her up and carry her in.
Jesus.
I would have them bring her to an appropriate section, and then basically mandate the birth. Hopefully it goes smoothly.
Okay. Why don't you just give me a medicine check?
What about sleight of hand?
Hey, hand of those fours that no, I'm joking. Okay.
Come on, give us a face palm.
Fail.
Not
That ain't
yet.
too great.
It is
8.
considered a pickpocket. Almost. I tried.
What's your medicine check?
8. It's not that great.
Okay. I mean, you couldn't really screw the birth up. There's a lot of people there helping and everything else. That was mainly for you to discover something that somebody else discovered first. The baby comes out and the baby's not crying at all,
I'd be
but it's alive.
Whip up its mouth, try to give it some
Oh,
stimulation.
it's alive.
Get some things going.
The baby's alive. The baby's breathing. The baby's not crying.
Why are you saying it's so creepy?
The baby's not
Welcome to a
crying.
horror module.
What color is the child?
Normal child
Skin
color. Normal.
I don't think you're allowed to ask that.
One
Is the child cyanotic or not? That's what I'm...
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Oh, that did it for you, Gur. That got your face palm. One of the other people
race is
puts
the
their
baby.
hands. One of the people there that has helped give birth puts their hand on your shoulder and leans forward and goes, "The baby doesn't have a soul."
We'll hand the child to the mother and start basically postpartum procedures, and I don't know if I would keep
I'm
them to
sorry.
myself.
Ham
What?
just got a face palm from chat by saying it's a ginger.
Well, we all know where the gingers just got inducted to, so we're covering a lot of bases here. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The baby's a little girl, and what it basically means is that there's no other female souls available right now.
Okay.
Even with all the people that died?
Who else is in the room, like, with me? Like, this is gonna sound horrible, but like people of stature.
Velakovich's wife, Lydia, is there. The Burgermeister's wife is there.
I don't really trust her. Never mind. Okay.
She's Lucian. Lydia's Lucian's sister. The Burgermeister's wife is the priest's sister. So.
Still sketchy.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay.
But I do have intentions of passing that information along. Carry on.
It is very somber. The mother is in complete and total tears. One of the things the mom even says is, but people died tonight. Why doesn't my baby have a soul? People died tonight.
I will kneel down to her level. I'm gonna say, truthfully, I think that's telling of the situation we truly are in. Congratulations on your baby, and I will look further into this.
Gray, did you do anything else besides help people out before you retired for the night?
I think that, I mean, she wasn't in the fight. She's full energy, so I think that she would continue to work through the night trying to help people and appease them and stuff like that.
Okay.
She's at, kind of full power, so to speak. So I think she'd try to stay up as late as possible and help.
Okay. Um, then you probably were there also when the baby was born. And you would know that this happens once in a while when a baby is born. If there's no souls available, and what most of the townsfolk, what most of the people of Barovia overall believe is that the time of birth is not when the souls are chosen, but it's earlier on. Like when the baby starts showing, maybe that's when it happens. Um, it's not like they have ultrasound machines or anything like that. It's not like they know trimesters or anything, but you know, um, but based on the fact that a baby has been born and there seems to have been souls available, it has to have been the soul gets a body before the time of birth. And it does turn you. This isn't the first soulless baby that's been born since you've been in Barovia, but this is the first time you've witnessed one. You've
Would
heard
I
that.
notice that Gray is in the room? You know where this all is happening?
Yeah, you would have noticed.
Okay. Afterwards, I would have went, and I would have said, Rena, I don't know how long, and what you know of Barovia, but the child was born soulless. It's quite strange, um, because of all of the current deaths. I would assume that there would be at least soul or more to pass along. Um, I don't know. It's kind of strange.
Unfortunately, it happens a lot here, and it's tragic because it's like the one bartender who had no soul. They're just kind of mindless beings that go through anything. I don't have a spell that can reincarnate a soul. If I did, I would do it in a second, but I don't. But I can go stay with the mother and offer her some grief and some solitude she would like to have done.
If we reincarnate the soul, would there be any assurance that the soul would come back with a soul, or the person would come back with a soul, or would it be a waste of materials and efforts?
I think even though I don't have that spell, I think there's no guarantee, unfortunately. We don't know what happened to the souls of those who have passed. We don't know if they've moved on or not. So it comes down to whether or not there's a willing soul that wants to make that adventure and then join with this baby. But usually it happens before the child is born.
Wait, it happens before the child's born. So, do
I
you
believe
know
so.
the process of soul transfer?
I don't. I don't. I've seen it only a small amount of times and stuff like that, and it's always kind of a mystery of how it happens.
Hmm. Okay.
I wish I
Well,
knew more.
Let's say after that, one of you two suggests that you go ahead and go to the blue water to drink and forget about what just happened.
we're not gonna get the answer from the mother.
What? I'm gonna go
I,
drinking until I know. What?
I,
Right? Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
the mother hands the
We
baby
reject
back
your
to
offer,
you.
kind sir.
The mother hands the baby back to you and said, "This is not my child."
I will walk out with the child. I will go back to Garina. I'm gonna say, he claims that the child is not hers. The child is not claimed by nobody. Obviously not this land as well. To fire, yes. I'm gonna
Yes.
put the Okay. Once again, this is gonna get dark.
I didn't think we were gonna go there. That's why I said you want to go to the Blue Water Inn and
Orphanage in
drink.
this town. What are you doing?
Not yet, but we're gonna go drinking real soon here.
Afterwards, that's like your like debrief. Anyway,
You don't need your Odysseus moment. Just take it to the orphanage.
Yeah, Yeska,
no.
who was awoken by people, not yeah. Anyway, Yeska comes up to you and goes, are you gonna take her to the orphanage now?
Of course. That was always the plan. I'm gonna walk towards the orphanage. I look at like Green and go.
Forgot about the orphanage, but sure, yeah.
Dude, I was gonna just sit here and listen quietly, and then you got to that point. I'm like, that can't be on stream, guys. You know about the orphanage.
I was respecting the mother's wishes. Imagine she sees this child like later in life or something. Anyway, anything going on?
Yeah, we were being respectful, not
So,
weird. We were being cool.
whatever happens. We can fade to black on that moment. Okay, that's a weird fade to black moment, but we're gonna fade to black.
It's almost worse. That almost.
I'm
Okay,
gonna take
cool.
it to the orphanage.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh my word.
Wow.
I don't. What? You presented the opportunity.
And I would, not that I'm like trying to say that we were right or doing something, but also we've seen the soulless in action. The one bartender who just does.
You have.
There's no life there. There's no life there. It's just robotics. There's no joy. There's no nothing. But it's that child's future.
It's
maybe being a slave.
It could be compared to a mercy kill.
Yeah.
And then also the ability to be reborn and be outside of.
I'm not disagreeing with your logic. I'm really not. Didn't see it going there. Just didn't see it going there. So we don't need to role play that though. Okay, we can skip to you guys going to the Blue Water Inn.
After we drop the child.
Moonslicer, welcome to Tuesday night.
Yeah.
We place him in the baby fire. Like
you keep going. Boxes. Why do you keep going?
Yes.
Why? Why do you keep going? You guys are at the tavern. You end up drinking. Okay. You end up going to sleep in the tavern. Like, move on. I love you. Good night.
Drinking. Woo. Salute.
What she said.
Wow. Okay. Sometime in the middle of the night. Hold on, I gotta collect myself here for a second. Sometime in the middle of the night, Foster, you're laying there, and you're awoken. The air hums. Not with death, but with life remembered. Standing before you, Foster, you see the Veil Walker. Her robes woven from bark and shadow. Her face half formed from flowing soil. Her voice like wind through the grave's grass. The earth remembers, Foster. And now so must you. She steps aside, revealing a great stone scale, cracked, tilting to one side, piled up high with bones, the other side bare. You have walked long in shadow, not wrongly, but now the weight must be shared. You guard death well, Will you now guard peace? As she speaks, a low thrumming builds in the air. A single seed appears in her hand, glowing, pulsing. Then she presses it into your chest, Foster. Your body, it begins to fracture, not with pain, but with release. Cracks glowing gold with healing warmth. The stone of your skin begins to splinter like an old shell. And from it, from the cocoon of stone, still earthen, still solid, a softer form begins to emerge, touched now with living green and radiant stillness. The scale slowly tips to balance. Go now, peacekeeper. Hold the line not with iron, but with open hands. And you are awake. More awake than you've ever been.
Oh. Is this after a long rest?
This is after a long rest. Yes, this is
Okay.
morning when you sit upright, awake.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna sit up from this like deep sleep, 8 hours right on the dot. Stones are gonna have fallen off of me. You're gonna see Foster is now not rock skin, but now he has a polished mausoleum black marble look with the gold veins kind of like embedded in between. Um, he is now D&D wise a Dragar, and he is now a peace domain cleric. Um, he wakes up, the stones fall off of him, and he looks, um, I mean, glorious. Obviously, he looks awesome, but he's Draven, Draven, Draven. The first thing I would do is try to wake Draven up.
Muted, Draven.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, what? Who? What? The,
Draven.
Foster?
Yeah, Foster. What the hell just happened?
Yeah, you read my mind. How did you do that?
Dude, I don't. Oh wow. Oh, this is. Hmm.
You're
I
fucking
had.
glorious.
Thank you. I um. I had a wild dream.
Go on.
Okay. Um. I know what I must do now. Do you remember how my scales were tipped to one side?
Yeah.
I don't think grief is going to be the way to go for me anymore. I think finding commonality between all living and dead is going to be. There's a beauty in living your life. There's a beauty in living and dying justly. But what does it mean to do it alone?
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that. I think this has been weighing on you for a while,
Yeah.
and I'm happy that you finally realized and come to the conclusion. And it appears that whatever deity you are in line with has come in conclusion to come in line with that as well. Because how else do you explain this?
Honestly, seeing Strahd and watching you stand up to him was an absolutely monumental thing for me to see. And I saw you. It's always been honestly, Draven. It's always been questionable if you were actually trying to, what specifically your goal is, what you're willing to die for. And watching you stand up for the people of Vallaki was truly inspiring. Watching you, to some level, try to facilitate a barter, a treaty, a peace talks with Strahd. I mean, obviously it's not going to work. He's Strahd, but I'll say his name as many times as I want. What's he going to do? Come back here? But I gotta go find the others. You okay? How you feeling?
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling much better, but listen, I'm sorry if I ever caused any doubt in you, but the thing is being a leader is also being able to follow. And I I know I play around a lot, but at the end of the day, these people need help.
100%.
And my life in the guard, I was exposed to much corruption. And I
Like from above?
dealt with, yes, and within, and I I was cast out. I was left to die. But I was saved. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I have a bit of affinity for wolves.
You got a little weird when we passed by the spikes. I caught on, but I didn't want to.
When I was cast out, basically they they beat me within an inch of death, and they cast me out into the woods. And thankfully, I was found and cared for by werewolves, shapeshifters. They were wolves that were more than human,
Of like the
and
lichen properties and stuff.
I would assume I don't
Okay,
actually know. I never spoke with them, but they like cared for me from a distance,
I
and
feel you.
eventually I was strong enough to return,
Mhm.
and I made my way back, and there was nothing that they could say without incriminating themselves, and so I worked my way up and fought the corruption, and eventually, before I ended up here, I found myself stealing from the wealthy and doing things to try and help the community while working from within. That kind of fell on my head a little bit, but my purpose, my calling is to make sure that I can care for those that are more needy than myself. And if I've ever left you with any doubt, I'm truly sorry.
I wouldn't say that I ever doubted your in I wouldn't ever doubt your mortality, like your inability to see mortality as um bad. But I do see, I my questions were more or less of your own personal gain, never if people should live or die. So I'm sorry. You said that you had stolen in the past. I wasn't sure how much of that would possibly crop up with the new traumas that we are experiencing. So I do want to let you know, regardless of that, the inspiration that you've sent me went through the roof, and I feel you are might be one of the reasons I want to be the glue of this little crew that we got running on. I think we got something going.
Foster, you've been holding me together for a while, so you've been my glue, and I appreciate you and everything that you've done.
Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to. I'm ready to really show you guys what it means to hold each other together.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder and be like, well, we're here now. What time is it?
What does outside look like? Is it dark?
No, it's no longer dark. I
Mhm.
mean, you know that it's morning. You know that.
Okay. Like early dawn.
Like early dawn.
Early dawn. Okay, cool.
Like
Damn it.
the
Why'd you wake
rooster,
me up
every
so
once in a while
early?
the rooster does crow. Or a rooster, because there are a couple.
You wanted me.
There's one less because somebody stole one and gave it to Esmeralda, but
Yeah.
you know
It's not that it's less. It's just that it's closer.
it's a lot closer.
It's a closer.
Yes, it's hidden in a room right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You would want me to keep you asleep after those?
No, I guess not, because damn it, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Well, let me get the rocks out of your bed. You can lay down for a minute. I actually do have something for you, please. You look like
Oh. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull out. Well, I am currently wearing the cloak of protection from Poltador, because I believe Muth put me in it. Correct. Um,
Yes.
from my backpack, I'm gonna have a dagger wrapped in it, and it'll be wrapped in my old one, and I'll hand it to you. And this would have been, it's just a regular dagger, but it says Floki the Pokey carved into the side of it from session 1 or 2.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Why would you give this to me?
This isn't as much of a gift as it is a contract. This is the last thing Strahd needs to see. Can you promise me that?
I can promise you that it will be the last thing he sees or the last thing that I see.
Big ol' hug. Then I'm gonna start sweeping with the rocks out of the bed,
Yeah,
and I'm
there
gonna
are rocks everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Muth, were you sleeping in the room with Obi, or in the room with Donovich? You'd probably be with Obi, because Donovich sleeps in the room with the boys to try to keep them under control.
Muth doesn't sleep.
Do you lie in the room with Obi, or do you just not even lay down in there?
I probably wouldn't lay down. I'd probably post up in a corner, either watching the hallway out. I'd probably watch the hallway outside of Foster.
Okay. The
and-
other question is then, when you finally came back from digging graves and you saw that Bayo and the new lady were sitting, sort of sitting. They were. Did you ladies go to the bar, or did you get a table? Gray, Bay, what'd you do? That's your new nickname, by the way, Bayo. It's Bay. Gray and Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Gray Bay and Lay.
That's
Lorelei.
Lorelei. She don't lay,
Gray
she
Bay and Lie.
Loreleis.
Gray Bay and Lie.
Okay.
Does Gray and Bay go to a bar or get a table?
I would probably stay at the bar, but
Okay.
No, I think table's fair. I mean, sorry, the bar's good.
Muth, when you come in, you see them both, like, they're sitting on a stool, but their head is on their arm, and they are asleep at the bar, like half drinks in front of them.
Damn, why you gotta make us pass out the bar like that?
Would I
You
know
at least
where
laid your head.
That's true.
Would I know where their room is?
You would know where Bayo's room is. but
Okay.
the new Lady
I'm gonna
Gray,
try to. I'm gonna try to carry Bayo to their room.
to her room.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what you're doing, Muth. So you take Bayo to her room. Do you leave Gray there, or do you take Gray up to Bay's room also?
I'll probably either tap on her shoulder or whatever just to get her attention, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, you fell asleep at the bar, and I don't know where your room is. I can take you there. I just don't know where to take you."
She's gonna drunkenly slur that she knows where her place is, and she's gonna get up and walk out of the bar back to where she lives, stumbling a little.
He's gonna stand up and watch you stumble, and he's gonna raise his voice a little bit and say, "I I can walk you home too if that'd be better."
Understanding her inebriation, she will accept his offer to walk uh, her back to Yasmis.
Cool.
Sorry, eating a chip.
And it is daylight. Well, daylight. It is morning. The roosters are crowing, Muth. And
Cool.
people are starting to get up and get going and everything else. But you walk her to Yasmith's house.
Cool.
Occasionally she'll stumble. Give me a Constitution saving throw there, Gray.
I have so many windows open right now. 'Ooh, these dice are hard to read. 15 plus 4, 19.
Oh, you are holding it together
good
rather
drunk.
well. You are a good drunk. When push comes
Yeah.
to shove, you can almost walk a straight line.
Yeah, we have drinking games later in the game. I'm a girl, I guess.
But yeah, Muth, you were able to get her back to Yasmith's, and that'd be an awesome place to be hungover, wouldn't it? A blacksmith shop.
Dangerous.
So dangerous. Wake up with like a burn on the side of your body, your arm missing.
Hammer farther than you.
I was just
Gonna grab
thinking
the
about
tongue in
the
the palm.
banging of the hammer on steel and
Oh,
how wonderful that
definitely
would
during
be.
daylight hours.
I mean,
Oh,
that's how
yeah.
your hangovers go.
Hot.
Okay. So my attempts to bring the group together still haven't worked. So anyway,
My plans have worked. No, I'm joking.
Lorelai,
Oh, sorry.
give me a Constitution save, Lorelai. It's just to wake up.
Yeah. Honestly,
wake
I
up.
might even be staying ever at the church just to make sure there's no emergencies overnight, because that seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
What even is my con?
Oh, then
Oh,
you
I'm
would
pretty
have
good at
saw
that.
the whole baby
Total 20,
situation, too.
baby.
Okay.
I might not have been there when you were there. I wasn't sure, so I'm like, I'll just stay quiet. I'll give him a scene.
Yeah, you wake up early in the morning, and you were still at the church, slept at the church. That's fine. You get up and you're going about your thing. Muth, when you get back to the Blue Water and you get upstairs to the room, Foster, you said you were going to go look for everybody.
Yeah, in the early morning, probably what I would have done is, seeing and how rocky the bed was, I would have asked Al to pick up Draven and find a new bed for him, and then stay with him until we all meet up later.
Oh, were you guys in the same bed? I thought you were in your own
Yeah,
bed.
absolutely. Yeah, he dumped us off, and yeah, he dumped us off, and we were both cuddling each other.
Okay.
So, I would ask him to find a new bed for him.
Well, there's
And
two beds
let
in
it,
the room, so he can just move them to the
okay,
other bed.
perfect. And then just hang out with him until he needs
Just so you
until
know,
we meet
Draven,
each other.
you got rocked last night.
Yeah.
Hey.
I rock your world.
Yeah.
I got my rocks off.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Facepalm.
That was a loud one. I heard the facepalm through the
You
mic.
Oh,
hear
yeah.
that one?
I heard it. Yeah.
Oh,
I would have.
Lord.
I would have most likely, once I made sure Draven and Al were both taken care of, I would have headed downstairs and most likely been somewhere near about when Muth was messing with, or when Muth was trying to get the girls put asleep.
I
I would have
I
no
was
idea
gonna
who
say
Great.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say you come walking in, or you come walking down as Muth's walking back in, so it could basically be you introducing yourself to Muth because he doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. I would just walk by him in the morning and you would just hear, "Hey, Muth," as he walks by. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be walking past. I'm gonna. Hi. I don't think we've met.
I believe we have, Mr. Muth.
What's your
Foster, nice to
passive,
meet you.
Muth? What's your passive perception?
Oh, passive perception. My passive is 15.
That sounds like Foster.
Cool.
It looks a little bit like Foster, like in the face a little, like not
Mhm.
as hard, like softer features.
We're really
Thank-
milking this.
Thank you, Corbin. I appreciate that.
Uh-huh. And yeah, he's gonna say, "Oh, hey, you look a little bit lighter." And I shake your hand. Uh, have I taken any points of exhaustion for digging graves all night?
Yes, you definitely
Okay.
have a level of exhaustion. No problem. You're
Okay.
not the only one who got a level of exhaustion last night.
Okay. Cool.
I have communed with my God. She reached out to me, and it seems like we have a new mission in mind there now.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm really exhausted.
Why don't you go stare at a wall for 4 hours, and then we can meet back up later.
Okay, that sounds good.
Awesome.
I just dropped off the new girl at the blacksmith shop.
New girl.
Yeah, there's a new um ASMR chick. She's kind of rude to the locals, but she seems like she wants to help, so I'm not entirely sure. But
Lorelai was okay with us?
I don't know if they've met, to be honest.
Okay. Well, that's gonna. I will make sure to convene with her before anything is official.
Is Draven okay?
Yes, yes. He Al's watching him. He seemed to be in high spirits, but he's just tired. So
Cool.
if you want to go watch, if you want to go look at the cocoon that I left and the mess that I made in bed, you're more than welcome to. But
Okay.
you're bolder man than me.
All right. I'm just gonna go up here and
Inspiration for that one, Gur. That was good. That
Thank
was
you.
like a slow
you.
burn. I like it. I didn't even catch it at first, and I saw Corbin's face, and I was like, "What? Oh, that was smooth. I like that one. That was good."
I'm a dad, man. I got these on lock. So good night, baby. I love you.
Are you keeping track of them?
I wrote down pun tally, and we're up to 6.
For me, alone.
Yeah. Actually, probably closer to 7, because I wasn't really keeping track of it. I'm just gonna say 7.
all right.
Wow.
Um,
Luckily, I don't take damage for that.
well, since I threw us off anyway, it is 8 o'clock. So let's go ahead and take a break. We're gonna go hydrate. We're gonna caffeinate, urinate, do the 8. We'll be back in 8. And what was that look for? Was that the look because of urinate? Is that why you gave that look? I'm talking to you,
I
Gray.
think it was. Yeah, I think it was because you said do the 8, and in my head I was thinking like we're just doing 8 balls of coke. So sorry.
We got 8 minutes, so
You got 8 minutes.
Get fast, people.
Thank you, everybody,
Get
for
fast.
sticking with us. We will see you in 8 minutes. Please don't go anywhere. We'll continue the excitement after. Thank you. Bye.
Get your booty.
You're like
Yeah,
We're
we're
back
chocolate.
live.
just
Why
so
are
you know,
late combo.
Twitch, we're talking about candy
Sorry.
bars right now. Just so you know.
we're
Quick
talking
aside.
about. Go ahead.
A quick aside: if you're here and you're from the tavern and you can go live on TikTok, we need a dungeon master for June. So jump in. But anyways, back to the candy bars.
It's
Cool.
chocolate mixers, things that go with chocolate. It's not just candy bars. Like we're not talking like Babe
Oh,
Ruth versus
okay,
these.
okay.
We're talking we're talking
Just
flavors
chocolate
that go with
mixtures.
chocolate. Yeah,
Okay,
chocolate
okay,
plus
okay.
blank is your flavor. Like I like
Strawberries.
chocolate peanut butter.
Huckleberry. Huckleberry.
Ooh,
I think
Snozberry.
chocolate peanut butter is
Any
like chocolate
fruit.
peanut butter is like the staple.
That's what
Everybody
I'm
knows.
saying.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
That's it.
That is
You
true.
don't need any more.
Chocolate strawberry, chocolate orange.
I like
Chocolate and
mint.
oranges
I'll
are
go
good.
chocolate mint.
I like
Mhm.
chocolate
No, they're not.
banana and chocolate
Chocolate
pineapple.
banana.
Who doesn't like
Yeah.
chocolate banana? Chocolate banana is like peanut butter, but and
Oh,
and
whoa,
chocolate. Like it's right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
Whoa.
You
Okay.
gotta do all 3. You gotta do the banana, the butter, and the
Ooh,
chocolate.
yeah.
I can't do that.
I mean,
Oh,
at
wow.
that point, we're doing like a fluffer nutter.
Yes, pineapple. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
chocolate.
Marshmallow,
Over
See?
powering flavors.
marshmallow, banana, chocolate, all top tier.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm
Mint,
gonna drop
I'm
mint
gonna need you
definitely
to
is
take
a
it down
B
a
flavor.
notch.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Mint is not
Yeah,
on the
chocolate and orange is
mint
the
is
best.
disgusting.
Mint is
I will
not on
die
the
on that hill.
Why am I
I
trying
love
to
mint.
kill you?
Thank you.
Mint is not top 10.
No.
Not even close.
Why am I
You
trying
get the
to kill
fuck
you?
out.
me,
You
so-
get the fuck out.
Dude,
It's number
Okay,
2
wait.
for
Kick
me.
me out then.
peppermint bark though. That's chocolate and peppermint. That stuff's the
Ugh.
bomb.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
A
Okay,
York
you're not getting
peppermint patty
any-
and Andy's chocolate mint.
Fine, you're not getting any at
Okay,
Christmas.
Are
Andy's
you really
a
ham? I'm
mint
sorry.
at
Okay,
best.
now I'm gonna
Andy's
go with
okay.
Andy's.
No.
Andy's
Andy's,
mint are
Andy's are
not
the
good.
only. Andy's is the only
Just
chocolate.
go
Andy's
to
is
the
great.
toothpaste
Andy's is the
aisle.
worst one.
Pour some in your mouth.
I'll
I
eat
will go
Junior
with
Mint
that.
or York Patties better than any. Andy's
Dude,
is
yours
not.
are great.
Andy's
A
is
peppermint
mid
patty
at best.
frozen.
Nah, dude.
Ooh,
Andy's
yeah.
is up here.
Oh.
York's is like for like a
Yeah,
like,
Nuh-uh.
York's goes
not-
down. No, Andy's is way
What?
better than York.
The
Not even-
ratio's
not
off.
even
there.
close.
In the trash
The
can.
ratio.
Yeah, and you probably like eating toothpaste too, right? Like your
No,
mint.
Yeah.
I use
You
Yeah,
like
I do.
your
I do.
chocolate chip and mint ice cream.
Yes,
You like eating your
delicious.
toothpaste?
No.
Congratulations.
No, chocolate chip ice cream.
It-
Chocolate chip
No.
mint. No, no.
Dude,
No, I don't even like the smell
All
of
of
it. Like, I'm
you?
not gonna put it in my
The
mouth.
frick.
Absolutely not.
Hold on. Mint Oreo top tier.
No.
Is
No.
it covered in chocolate?
it's too
Wait,
rich.
is it
Yeah.
covered in chocolate?
Why would you have Oreo like that?
No. It's it's an Oreo with the chocolate inside, like a DQ mint Oreo Blizzard. Boop.
No.
What?
No.
Keep your
But the
mint away
Blizzard,
from my
the
Oreo.
Blizzard is good, right? Like, get that mint out of here. Nobody wants that.
Dude, I barely like the
My-
chocolate Oreos, much less the mint Oreos.
Ooh,
It's a little
no,
too
no,
They're
no, no,
vegan.
no.
Hey, you guys want to play
You know
D&D?
Oreos are vegan.
Oreo is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we
I
can stop
hand
talking about
Booth.
mint.
I hand Booth a mint Oreo, and I'm gonna walk out to the church.
No.
No.
I
He just pulls it out of
They
thin
don't
air.
exist. They don't exist. That's not canon. They don't exist.
You know what? It could be
Whatever-
a dream mint Oreo pasty kind of thing.
Wait, mint moon pies? The dream
I mean, maybe
pastries
they
or
got
whatever
creative
they're
with those
called?
children.
There was no moon
Little
pies.
dream
There were dream
pastries, they're
pastries.
I feel
not
like
mint.
there would be like a limited edition or like
pastries.
holiday specials, you know, the dream
Can I
pastries, yeah.
can I give him a peppermint at least?
Like this guy gotta
You
be.
can
Say
give him a
holiday
why?
special dream
No,
pastries out loud.
you're not giving
I
him
did.
any candy as you walk out of the tavern.
I'm the candy man.
I mean,
You're not.
he's gonna be Mitchy fresh for Gray.
You need to get a fanny pack, man, like a man person, and keep little withers in the bottom of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ryan,
What did you just call them?
What'd you call them?
Withers, the name of the company.
Werthers.
Werthers.
Incorrect.
Ah,
Werther.
never mind.
Withers is the guy from Baldur's Gate.
I love
You
how
know
we
that
all
in-
just
Oh, yeah,
ganged
you're right.
up on her. Like,
You know that inspiration you got earlier? You know that inspiration you just got earlier? Nah, you just
Yeah.
used it to get out of that.
Yeah, just vote.
I mean,
Withers.
we can talk about Worcestershire sauce.
Watch your sister sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, man.
It was the best of Shires. It was the worst of Shires.
So since we're not playing D&D, what's your all's feeling on spam? Because apparently that
Spam's
was the
good.
whole
I like
thing.
spam.
Spam's good.
I like
It's on
spam.
top tier.
You gotta fry
If
it
it's
though,
made
or
right,
like
yeah.
Yeah, what if I fry
like
it?
you can't just eat it out of the can. Like that's gross.
Like, but no,
No,
like
then it's like
bologna.
jiggly and not
Bologna has to be
meat-like.
cooked right.
Yes.
Plus, it makes that noise when you get it out of the can, like that little
Oh, the like.
noise. And like,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Looks like cat
I'll
food.
eat
You ever
Vienna
eat that?
sausages, but not spam.
No.
Pretty much.
Oh,
pretty much.
Vienna
Especially, like, that old, like,
sausages.
movie and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Hard pass on the Vienna sausages. Gross.
No, I grew up on those. So.
Mhm.
I think that's the thing, though. Like, my husband loves them, and I'm like, so I buy him cases of them, and then he's just like,
Yeah.
I love these. And he's just like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
Does he make that noise when he eats?
I mean, kind of. He's pretty happy.
Goodness.
It sounds like he's drowning every time he eats a sausage. I can't explain it.
Someone put that in auto text quotes. Sounds like he's drowning every time he eats a sausage.
Don't give me that face. That was a purposeful comment.
Sure.
Good.
Okay, y'all ready to play D&D now?
Yeah.
Should we do that around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Anyone said y'all need a "we're professionals" comeback moment. We're not
Yeah.
professionals. We can't do that shit.
Anyway,
So by the way, we're at 151 subscribers.
I saw
So
that.
thank you everybody who is watching. It's freaking amazing.
For real.
We appreciate you so much.
Not 151 subscribers, 151 followers.
Followers. My apologies.
What's the difference?
I know. I was thinking of YouTube. The words are.
It's okay.
I don't know.
And I'm actually, next week I'm planning on my Patreon going live. So it's going to have a lot of background information on different NPCs and different
Okay, cool.
storylines and stuff like that. And it's going to be all Strahd all the time for a while until until Strahd Knights start dissipating and becoming the next whatever they're going to be.
Wasn't it like homebrew stuff?
Jadewell.
Oh my word.
Well,
You just
Bring
went
back
to
the
a whole
caravan.
moment. I understand.
Bring
I
back
don't-
Akaba. Please.
anyway, it's a little ways off still. So, okay. Gur's not back yet. Okay, there's
I'm here.
Foster.
It was almost done. It was almost done 2 weeks ago.
Almost. This
yeah,
one
you know.
was almost.
This one.
So,
was
Muth,
nuts.
with your exhaustion, what are you doing as Foster explains that he's really Foster, and you're exhausted, but Foster's wide awake, ready to go find the whole party, talk to Lorelei, and do whatever has to be done. What are you gonna do, Mr. Exhausted Muth?
Yeah, I am zooted. I'm probably I mean, like, I'm talking to him and he's shorter than me. Not by a lot. I'm only like 5'2". But I'm gonna get down on my hands like I'm breathing heavily, but I'm dead because I'm not breathing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be down on on my hands, on my knees, and I'm gonna say, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go up here and um
Okay.
stay in quietly for a while. If you need me, I'll be in the hallway.
You're more than welcome to use my room. Just find the rock. Just find the bed with rocks in it.
All right. Um, I don't think I've laid on a bed yet, but
Oh, you don't have
I'm
to. Just you can have some privacy at least.
He is, just
As
so you
private as
know, Foster, he is like covered in dirt and mud.
again.
Oh, okay.
So, adding that to your rock bed, no big deal.
Yeah.
Muth looks like he was buried for a second time since you've met him.
Okay.
The first time he was buried. This time he was digging graves.
Why don't you go
Um,
clean yourself up, buddy? And I'll see you in. I'll see you in. I'll see you later on tomorrow. Tonight.
all right.
Today, I guess.
Yeah. It's actually morning, I think. Um,
Well, it's nighttime for you. Good night, buddy. And I'm gonna give him a hug.
I'll hug back and I'll go up and take my nap.
As he walks away, Foster, you're realizing how dirty you are now just from hugging him.
Oh, okay. I'll
Just
try. I'll try to wipe some off, but I figured I'd still have some
Oh,
residual.
if I recognize that I leave dart and stuff on him, I'll prestidigitate it as I button him up before I go.
okay. It cleans up some of the gravel dust also.
Nice.
And then you
I'll smile. I'll
are
know
you
you
gonna
did
head
it, but
are you gonna head to the church knowing that
yep.
that's where some
That's the
people
plan.
were? Okay.
Yep.
Lorelai, at the church, what are we doing in the morning? You see that, Father Lucian's up and he's doing his morning routine. He's already prayed downstairs at the bones. He's, Yeska's there. Yeska actually stayed the night there because of everything that happened. So Yeska's
Yeah.
up and moving.
I
They're
would.
checking on people who are sleeping.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Well, considering it's a church and they probably don't have a kitchen, I am outside and I have built like a small campfire with like burning hands and wood. And I'm using cook's utensils to make everybody some breakfast with some stuff I borrowed from the few houses around there, some of the neighbors. So I am making some biscuits, and there's not exactly any like meat or anything like that, but there's like a few like root vegetables, and it's pretty basic for the most part. There's like a fruit spread that I can put on it, and that's pretty much it. But like, there's people in the church who are still like sleeping on the pews because I got up extra early. So after that's done, I'm changing out some of the water in the water basins so that way they could all have like something like fresh water to drink and stuff like that. So I'm just doing miscellaneous like chores to try and upkeep stuff.
Foster, give me a Constitution save.
Constitution save. 10.
You feel something you have never felt, and your stomach grumbles, and you smell food.
Would I hear them in the back of the or wherever Lorelai was making?
I'd
I'm
be
sure
like
there'd be
behind
other.
out.
Yeah, I'm sure there'd be other people over there that are assisting her, because there were people that slept at the church, and it was turned into somewhat of an infirmary, and so yeah.
I'll walk in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like budge by people, but I'll like calmly and
And
nicely
her
scoot by
like armor
people.
and gauntlets are off, and her hair is kind of messy because she doesn't like looking. There's no like mirror to freshen up in or anything.
Right. I'll come slide in right over by you, and I'll be like, "How can I help?" Hi, morning. How you doing?
I, I'm fine. What? How?
We had a
She'll
reawake.
like lean forward and like look closer at you. Fawcett?
Yes, ma'am. How can I help?
What happened to you?
We had a reawakening last night. you know,
What does that mean?
you remember how the scales were a little not in order that we've talked about since Colt's left?
Like the good versus bad on the thing? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Veil Walker came to me last night, and I definitely have seen an evening of them. And we're not going to focus on death so much. We're going to just try to keep community while also taking down our target.
Okay.
And
Um,
she blessed me with this. Ching ching.
she'll get down on a knee and like gesture for your hand. Can I see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. She'll take your hand and she'll like turn it over, and just like the first time when you met and you guys shook hands and she took your hand and turned it over and checked for a pulse, she's gonna do the exact same thing.
Okay. Would she be feeling one this time? Or I guess. Yeah, I'd say you are. I'm a Dragar. I'm a
Really?
Dragar now. Yeah, I'd say you are.
Oh my
I'd say you'd be
word.
feeling a pulse.
Oh my word. Are you are you are you okay?
I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh. She she gave you your life back?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. And she'll give you a hug.
Yeah. Big hug.
Mhm. She'll like quickly let go and then stand up and like wipe off her pants and stuff. And she's like, there's a pile of biscuits over here. And she'll like take like a small plate and hand you one. And we could use some help like handing them out if you want to do that.
Yeah. He'll grab them, but as he's grabbing them, he will like linger on it and look up at you and be like, "Thank you," and he'll take them and run off.
Okay,
Not
this
in
is
like a
perfect.
not in like a but like a actual like camaraderie type way.
Okay, this is weird. Everything's turning upside down. I'm dreaming. I don't know what's happening. That's fine. Okay. And she'll go and stoke the fire.
I'll run off and assist how I'm able to.
Gray,
Hmm.
you don't know how long you've actually been asleep. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but all of a sudden,
Right.
you feel the the bed underneath you, which is actually a couch, get kicked really hard. What are you doing? What the, what are you doing up here? For a year you've been hiding down in the basement? Hiding out? All of a sudden you're back upstairs. What are you doing? Gray, are you listening to me?
I'm listening, yes, Smith. I'm listening. I tried to help. I don't know that they want it. And you're one to talk. You've been hiding too.
I'm not hiding. Every day I get up and I go out there and I forge. And and when I'm not out there forging, I'm in the basement forging, making weapons for an army that don't even exist.
It doesn't exist because we haven't joined with others who want to fight. There's people here who want to fight now. If we want to beat Strahd, we need to join them, and that includes you. And every weapon you've made. Arm the people, arm whoever we have to, but we have to make a stand.
Aye, they're all sheep. They aren't gonna fight. You and I have talked about it. They're sheep. You even make a good sheep sound. Occasionally you'll turn into one and I'll start laughing about it.
We are not talking about my prancing sheep right now. And yes, she's amazing. She's pink and she's fluffy and she's gorgeous. We are talking about a revolution. And there's someone who's ready to do a resolution, and you and I are just standing here. We need to get together and we need to join them.
I'm
They're at the
standing.
church. They're
You're
trying to
laying
keep happening.
down.
I'm laying down because I had a hard decision to make last night, and I may have got carried away at the inn with one of them. We needed to de-stress.
Did you lay
Where
down
were
with
you?
one of them?
No, I don't think they like me enough to lay down with me. I mean, we'll see, I guess, but no, I came back here. One of them assisted me back here in my state so I could drink it off, but now is the time to act. Are you going to act with me, or am I going alone?
Oh, for crying out loud. What? They're not ready.
Who's not ready? Them or you?
Them? They're not ready? Did you not hear what I told you happened last night? They're not ready. They're not even a group. They're a bunch of individuals. They fight
Well,
more with
maybe
each
we-
other than they do others.
Well, maybe we need to give them a common goal. And maybe the common goal needs to be these outsiders who are going to stand against Strahd. Yes, absolutely. Some of them are sheep and they're not going to follow. But some of them are tired of living the way they've lived and being stuck here in this gloomy fucking place. We
It's
need
not
to stand up.
gloomy. It's beautiful. It's like the hills at home. Nice and foggy. I like the weather
Enjoy your
here.
nice- Of course you would. But maybe some of us would like to see the sun.
Hey, it's overrated. Makes you sweat. Like a forge. Only there's no forge.
Well, it makes me glisten.
It's called
Are you
sweat.
with us? I prefer the term glisten, thank you. Sounds fun. Are you gonna come with us, or am I going by myself? I was gonna go to the church and offer more aid.
I'll make you a deal. It's been a long time since I picked up the hammer to do anything other than throw it on an anvil. So I'll make you a deal. We're gonna need some place. We're gonna need a stronghold. And the best stronghold there is Argenvost. She's seen better days. But if you can get them ragtag, the sheep fuckers, to all get along with each other, and you can clear out Argenvost,
That was one time.
I got pictures. It happened multiple times. If you can get that ragtag group together, get them to work together, make the common goal to clean out Argenvost, I'll join you.
Okay. I think that's fair. Will you continue to make weapons for us?
Oh, for crying out loud, how many more swords do you think we need? I'm up to
We're going against
37.
Strahd. We need way more than that. Way more. If you need, I'll light your forges for you. But we need more than 37.
Oh, come on, baby, light my forge. Okay? I mean, come on. Okay?
I'll light your forge.
You're not my type.
I know what your type is. You've been mooning over her forever.
Yeah, well, she caused me to lose my brother, and that's she owes me an apology.
No. Strahd caused you to lose a brother. You're just mad because she saved your life out of love. But we've had this conversation multiple times, and now is not the time. I need you to fire up the forges, and I will go see if we can get a crew together and bring the people together against Strahd.
You better find somebody else to wield an axe besides me.
I'm sure there's people in the party who do. You've already given me 2 swords. Let me see what I can find for you for an axe wielder. Now you better get to work, because I'm going to the church to help.
I'll go downstairs and I'll start bending metal
Well, you better bend it hard.
again. Yeah.
And with that, she walks away, wings fluttering, out the door. Floop. And heads toward the church.
You're getting looks, Gray. I mean, people are not used to seeing an Asimar in town. They've seen people before. They've seen a plethora of different types, but they're not used to seeing an Asimar. So you are getting some looks.
Well, I've always
Draven.
worn a cloak before, so yeah.
Yeah. Draven, you're having problems going back to sleep, man.
All these loud sons of bitches.
Has more to do with the fact that you actually got a good 8 hours. You almost feel reborn. You definitely feel better than you did last night.
Yeah.
And you know that you learned some lessons. You know that you got some ideas on what needs to be done. And you're pretty sure that Foster's not a rock guy anymore. That may have been a dream. You're not sure. But you're not laying in the same bed you were. And as you kind of sit up to look over there at your other bed where you were sleeping, it is filled with rocks. And every once in a while, you'll see Alphonse walk in, fill a bag with rocks, and then go back out the door. So either Foster crumbled, or he really did shed his rock cocoon.
Well, I'm assuming I would pick up the cloak and dagger and be like, that wasn't a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Get up. Give it a good stretch. Is there a mirror in the room?
There is.
Go over, prep a little, give a little,
There's a
try and check myself
smolder.
out. A little makeshift smolder. And then give a little skip and hop down the stairs.
Okay. You eating breakfast here, or are you headed to church where you know everyone else probably is?
I'd probably just head to the church. Maybe like grab an apple on my way out.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'll head over to the church.
Miss Beowulf.
I would have woken up pretty early.
Give me a Constitution
Definitely.
save.
Okay.
Brilliant though.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
And if you
9.
really wanted to, you could probably just
9.
build a wall up around it if you wanted to hide them.
Yes.
Is that the missus, or is that you listening to porn, Foster?
Oh, she's talking.
Bayo,
This is why there's a content warning.
Bayo, you wake up, but you do not feel good.
Okay.
So
That's
you can be
probably
awake,
good.
but you don't feel good at all. You don't feel dwarven.
All right.
And you know that your ancestors would not be proud of you at all.
Jeez, okay, what the frick?
Stomach of steel. Who is she? Okay. Gonna kind of. I'm still gonna try to carry myself. as well as I can for the physical state that I am experiencing. And I would make my way back to the church. I would have woken up pretty early, basically just to do like a morning round, and to check on any patients.
Okay. Um,
That's that is all.
where's my Muth? Um, there he
Sorry, I'm packing.
is.
I'm
Oh
packing.
yeah, you guys are moving, so you're packing as you play. It's a pack and
Yep.
play.
That's right.
No, no, okay.
Yeah.
I
We
know
all
it
laugh.
is.
No, no.
We all
I was scolded by Floki. He quietly shamed me as he shook his head no at me. So Muth,
All the smells there.
um, you're laying there and you actually hear Draven leave the room next to you. You hear Beowulf get up and leave, and you just you are bored. You're exhausted, but you're bored, and you don't want to just lay here. You want to be with your people. You want to be with your friends. And you can hear the boys in the other room playing about and talking about how they really just want to go down to the creek. And please, please, Brother Donovich, take us to the creek. Take us to the creek. And finally, he leaves to take them to the creek. And you're left with silence. The kind of silence you remember happening when you woke up inside a casket. The loneliness and the dread that you felt being by yourself. So what do you do?
Well, he's gonna uh yeah, Moon. Yeah, for sure. Um he's gonna lay there for a second listening to everyone else leave and do their own thing. Um and then even hears the metal clanking of Alphonse leaving the room where he's alone. And he'll lay there for a second and he'll think to himself, this is why I don't lay down or sit down anymore. Because I feel useless and unwanted and forgotten. But I need to rest. So um he's gonna do what he sees other people do, and he's gonna grab the blanket on the bed and cover himself. Uh and he's gonna force his eyes shut and he's gonna try to sleep. Not able to, but he's gonna try.
Okay. And just force himself to lay there and try that in silence.
Yep.
Okay. You can go back to packing if you want.
Cool.
um, everyone else, you eventually um, you eventually find yourselves. Sorry, I was reading a message. You eventually find yourselves at the church of St. Andros. And Bayo, you and Foster probably meet up on the way there,
Okay.
real close to each other. Gray, you're probably coming from the front door. Draven, you will show up. Yeah, I want Draven and Gray to have an interaction because that'll be interesting.
Yeah, because I'm about to tackle Bayo. Because I haven't seen her since. I haven't seen her since.
That's true. That's true.
So please, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Gray, go ahead and unmute yourself. Draven, as you are walking towards the church, you see her. This is not, you know that she is not new. Oh, and now you mute. Okay, I see how this is.
They both make a valid silence towards each other.
He's
They communicate via eye
Do you need a
contact.
few minutes?
Sorry.
No, do you need?
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you're walking towards church, you see her, and she has like the hair color of Lorelai, sort of. But how tall are you again? Again, Gray?
5'9".
5'9". She's not as tall as Lorelai, though. And she's got wings.
That sounds so creepy. Yeah, girls got wings. It's like saying someone's got a fat ass. Okay.
Well, I was getting ready to talk about the swing set, but she,
Oh.
Okay, gotcha.
She is angelic. And she's walking into the church.
Well, I'll catch my stride, catch up a little bit, and be like, "Whoo, sure don't see the likes of you around here. Hey, I'm Draven. Who are you?"
I'm great. Nice to meet you, Draven.
I'm sorry. I'm taken aback right now. I mean, wow. You're clearly not from here.
What gave it away? Was it the wings? And she flutters her wings.
Yeah. I would say that. But also, I mean, look around. In the sea of drab, you stand out like a jewel.
So, what kind of jewel would you describe me of? How precious am I?
More precious than a diamond, but colored like a ruby.
Well played. She lights her hands just playfully with some flames and leans in seductively almost to their breath. He can feel her breath and said, "If you seek a game with me, just know that I guarantee I'll get you hot."
Uh, y- uh, uh, we can definitely arrange that. I mean, I've got some business to attend to, but if you are free later, we should we should definitely reconnect.
Well, it's a little bad timing with my calendar being pretty much booked with taking down Strahd, but I think I could fit you in.
What now? Do you, you you're going after Shaw too?
Oh, I mean, I've been going off of Strahd the whole time I'm here. I was hoping that by joining your party and us rallying people together, we could join forces and maybe join something else.
Joining my party.
I mean, whoever's party it is, anyone against Strahd is a friend of mine.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we're gonna have a lot more time together than I thought.
I suggest you make a good use of that time, she says, and turns and starts walking with a slight sway to the hips towards the church.
I think Draven just kind of stands there for a second, like, what just happened? And then follows along.
Meanwhile, at the other end of the church, Bayo, you show up at the church to check on the people from last night. I assume the woman who gave birth is one of the people you want to check on. As you walk in, though, you see a. Give me an insight, Bayo.
Actually, I cannot roll tonight. That's a 10.
Okay.
And it's the highest I've rolled tonight.
Yeah. You see this figure about Foster's height and sort of Foster's build, kind of has Foster. That's not Foster. Foster, you see Bayo walk in, and she looks confused.
The second that I see her, I would pretty much, I wouldn't drop it, but I would find a place to set everything, and I'd be like, and I'd run and I would like essentially tackle her. I wouldn't just slow down at all as I'm
I'm
trying
just
to hug her.
gonna stand there awkwardly. I'm gonna be like, "Good morning, sir. Do you need some help?"
Bayo, it's Foster. Hi.
No. That's no.
Bayo
Foster is made of rocks.
was made of rocks.
I'm gonna like
Veil
take a
Walker?
step back,
Veil
kind
Walker?
of like, yeah, I'm following.
Scales? Scales? Yeah. Do you remember all that talk and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. Me. Hi.
But you're like shiny now.
Yeah, I had to some level like a reawakening. She has essentially instilled a new purpose in me. She
I'm gonna reach out and like poke you, like feel, like okay,
Yeah, it's me.
interesting. So okay.
I have money for
So
you, by the way. Don't let me forget.
okay, we got to talk about this renewal of self first.
Yeah.
How? So the Veil
So
Walker approached you and was just like bada beam, bada boom, and now this,
okay.
or
So did you see Strahd? Um,
yeah,
our target.
I mean not here. I mean not currently. I saw him
Uh,
yesterday.
you saw him yesterday. Okay.
Well, during the
Me,
fight, yeah,
me and Draven were pretty much KO'd.
yeah.
If you didn't see
I
that, yeah. Um, we got thrown into bed to essentially sleep it off. And when we woke up, or when I went to sleep, she came and reached to me. I thought I was dead. He knocked me. I thought he killed me. But the Veil
mhm.
Walker came and spoke to me, told me that I still had a purpose, told me that it wasn't about keeping people from death. It was more about allowing a life to be lived. So she told me that there's a scale to be had to not only weigh the side of death so heavily. So he basically was like, stop it, and here I am.
You just see this like just overflowing like proud and just like happiness come across Sophie's face, and then she is going to engulf you like like in a proper hug.
Yeah.
Um and she's gonna
You catch
say
my hands down, like when you awkwardly get your hands caught. Like,
it's okay. um and she's just gonna like, give you a good pat on the back, and she's gonna be like, I'm proud of you.
have you seen everyone, or
No, no, I haven't actually. I think after the first one that I've
Oh,
seen
oh,
this morning.
awesome. Oh, just this
Oh,
morning. Did you see Lori yesterday? Did you see Lori yesterday?
no,
You didn't see Lorelai?
no. Mm-mm.
Oh well, and I'll take you to the back to where she's.
Okay.
You did. We had a whole thing by the fountain.
I forgot about the ICC.
I like more that
That's
the situation is
that's
Bayo
true.
doesn't remember it, but Lorelai's like, I saw you yesterday.
I literally saw you yesterday. We checked on each other and everything.
Bayo's a little wrecked right now. She might not remember.
Yeah, she might not. Yeah,
Same.
it was a 9.
Uh, you three do see Draven come walking in, following behind the SMR that you guys saw last night or this morning, or yeah,
Grina.
that person, the gray one.
Like I'm floating after a pie.
Up in the morning. Great one. Even, are you okay?
As I would
What?
see Draven walking in, I'd walk up to him and I'd give him a little bit of pat on the back. I'd be like, "What's up, buddy? How you doing?" I wouldn't even notice anything about Grina.
Did
Yeah,
you see her?
Who?
That's great. Met her last night.
Gray?
She's cool.
Oh, Lord, do you know Gray?
Am I there?
Uh,
Where are you all at?
I was
I
was
thought you
pretty
were all.
I'm in
I
the
thought.
Yeah, we went back to I think like where you
well
are, like
in the
the
church because I'm in the back, like outside of it, right over here, like making food and junk.
okay.
Pretty sure that's Poster, wasn't that where you were taking me?
Yeah, I took Bayo to see you that way, and then we would have seen
so I guess
Draven
as we
and
were walking
Grina.
in, you guys were like walking out.
I
That
guess
makes
Yeah.
sense.
just
Yeah.
them two. I'm already out here.
Okay.
Unless
So
you're
then they were
coming
walking up. They were walking up as you were out there. They were walking up as Bayo and Foster were walking out as Gray and Draven were getting ready to walk in, and you're already outside. You're all five in the same 20 feet of
Area.
each other.
Cool.
cool.
Okay.
Lord, do you know who Bayo's talking about?
Lazimar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Oh,
met last night.
we're cool with her.
I had a
Yeah.
drink with her last
Okay.
night.
Muth said she's a part of the group now, so. But he was also extremely exhausted, so I don't want to throw him under the bus.
I feel like
I
Moose
mean-
did not think that all the way through, but okay.
Me neither. Me neither. But I'll go introduce
You
myself.
need to like put it to a vote, like
I haven't met her yet.
I vote yes.
Dan?
Moose does not recollect saying that, but he's not here.
Yeah.
Laura isn't looking in Draven's like wherever Draven is standing. She's avoiding eye contact with you at all costs.
You're doing this.
Mhm.
So I'll walk up to Grena, whatever you may be doing, and I'll introduce myself, and I'll be like, "Hi, I heard that you had helped us out last night, and I appreciate you being so helpful, especially when I wasn't in any sort of capacity to do so. So, hi, I'm Foster. Nice to meet you."
It's really nice to meet you too, and I feel like since we're all a group, I really need to apologize for the way that I reacted to the villagers. I struggle with their years of oppression. I can understand why Strahd's present can erode hope and motivation.
I'll
But
grab
for
your
someone who's
I'll grab your hand to like calm you down. I'll be like, I have no idea what you're talking
Aw.
about, but
I call them sheep. I'm sorry that I'm bad at them.
You what now?
I just apologize.
It's okay.
I called the villagers
okay.
sheep and told them to move, and then I made sheep noises towards them. And I realized that was not the right reaction. I know they've been brainwashed for years, and the oppression sits on them. And even though I struggle to understand why they aren't standing up, I have to meet them where they
Brianna?
are.
Brina,
Yes.
how much of
Yes.
the last year have you spent interacting with people?
Very little. I've only really like interacted with I'm gonna forget his name now. Al Smith,
Yesmith.
the
Yes,
forger.
Smith.
Yes,
Yes, Smith.
yes. I've only really interacted with Yesmith. I've been hiding because clearly I stand out, and so my interactions have been like with him and stuff like that, and just helping in his forge.
Well, as
Well,
you're
if
sitting
he
here
is
looking
your
at me,
only social model, I'm not terribly surprised that this is the result. I'd encourage you to talk to different people.
And I'm willing to try that. I am. I'm trying to reach out right now because I know that you guys are making a stand, and I want to be part of that. And I will endeavor to be a better communicator. Obviously, I'm stinted from my lack of it.
no
Can I
worries
ask
on
you a
that.
question?
Oh,
So typically, when people come through the mist, they come through in adventuring groups, we'll say, because the entire point is to basically be, for lack of a better term, fodder for the vampire on the hill.
the
What
target.
happened to your first group?
If there was the first group, I never came through with them. I just know that I was fighting those that had killed my family. And the next thing I knew, I was surrounded by myths and I was torn in here and there was nowhere. I've spent the last year and a half fighting for survival and feeling actually utterly alone. And I'm just very lucky that I struggled on Yethvis, who took me in and allowed me to assist him in the forge. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. If you guys all came together, I feel like you're very blessed because I don't know why, but Strahd brought me by myself. Or if he didn't, I never met anyone else who was supposed to join me.
If he singled you out specifically, that leaves some more questions. How often have you spoken with him since then?
I've only had one interaction with him, and that was when I was at the death house. And he demanded that he wanted, not the death house, I'm sorry, whatever town it was, sorry. The town. Oh, I can't remember. Should have written the town. The town where he wanted Irina. And he asked me to get her, and I adamantly refused. And in return, he burned half my wings.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm gonna look and see if there's any like physical damage still, like to wings.
But I see if I could repair them. Was there any way that I'd be able to visualize if I'd be able to?
That probably heal.
The wings are healed by now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're healed. Yeah, they're healed. It's been
okay.
That happened right as I got kind of brought into the mist.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
It's odd that you don't follow the pattern, but I don't know. Obadiah didn't particularly either, but he also came here of his own volition, so that's at least explainable.
Very true.
And
I
you've
think
been
it's just
staying
a
with
delayed
Edward?
response. You know, maybe she was supposed to join our group and it's kind of, you
She's
know,
been here
got
for
parachuted down at the wrong place.
She's been in Velaki for about a year since coming to the Mists. She's not new.
Oh, maybe we were just.
You we did lose Colt. We did lose Colt. So
he was. Wait, do
She doesn't
you
know about him.
Oh, okay.
Very few people in Velaki do.
That's probably a good thing. You want a biscuit? I hand her one of the biscuits.
They're not dream pastries, are they? I've had those.
Oh, yeah,
No,
most certainly not. I made them.
so is Bayo.
Lorelai
So is
made
Bayo.
them.
So is Bayo.
Yeah, I have
I
had
would
them.
love a biscuit. Thank you. That was very considerate of you.
And speaking of dream pies and other things that you guys share, I believe she went out on a date with Yasmin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a date. We sat down and we talked, and I learned a little bit about his history.
Two dwarves and then a bathtub.
He's got. Don't make me vomit up my biscuit. Anyway,
you missed me, and I'll give you a
Yeah,
hug.
he's old enough to be my father-in-law. That's so weird.
Yeah, it just no, and he's still all about his ex. That's not a good situation.
Yeah, you know.
What? Okay. Probably. My turn to Gray. You probably know about Yasmin. Why is he? You've been spending a year with him. Why haven't you guys done something? Maybe you and Yasmin were supposed to team up and lead the charge. And no.
I thought you were
Thought we're
alluding
going
to
somewhere
something
else.
romantic.
Yeah, I was like,
no. Sorry. No.
excuse me, no. He
No.
won't. He forges weapons for an army that doesn't exist. And I keep encouraging him for us to make an army, and he talks about a stronghold that we should all go to, but he won't join until we're at that stronghold, and he
What's the
won't do anything.
stronghold?
So he can.
Argynvost hold?
He's in line.
He's
Okay.
mentioned it before.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they've mentioned it before. What is it?
Argynvost hold.
Why is it
Right.
so important?
I don't know. He just says that it would be a place where the refugees could go and train and become ready to like go against Strahd. So it's broken down. He said, even though he will assist the fight from what he's doing now in the Forge, he will not join until we have a stronghold to keep our people safe, and
For
those
good
who are willing
reason.
to rebel.
No one would follow us
A
otherwise.
very good reason.
As
Okay.
was seen during the fight yesterday. The Argynvost Holt is where we are supposed to take the head of Argynvost to light the beacon for the grand final battle, we'll say.
Okay. Well, we will keep that on the back of our mind. I don't know if we're quite ready for
So-
that yet, but it
No.
is nice to know that Yasmith is, on our side and willing to lend aid when the time comes.
So, Krena, have you attempted to get back to where you're from with Ivistoni, now that you've been here for so long? And if not, why choose to fight now?
Honestly, I've tried with the Valaki. I've tried because I know that they can walk the mists, but they've just basically they've been kind, they've been generous. They took me in for a short time, but I knew that there was a reason I was supposed to be here, and I don't know if that's something intuned or something else, or maybe it's the people who wronged my family and killed them. But there's some source in me that says I need to be here. But I also understand and have insight into the fact that I can't fight alone against Strahd. He is more powerful than me, even though I don't like to admit that, but he is, and I can't do it without a team. And there's been no one I've seen yet who's been willing to go against him.
Okay. To clarify something about us, we had another Ezmar on our team from the very beginning. From the original group, the people who are left would be Beo, me, Draven, and Fosser. Obadiah over there, and I should look around for Muth. Muth, wherever he is, are
He's sleeping.
nowhere.
Or whatever he
Oh, okay.
does.
I guess trance is kind of like elves do. It's very strange. But they are fairly new. The Azimar who used to be with us had a habit of, we'll say, jumping into danger without checking with the group or discussing anything, and by proxy putting everyone else in danger. We had issues with him going off and trying to do his own thing, which put all of us in danger by proxy. If you are to join the group, I would say that we are trying to avoid that happening as much as possible, although, as you can see, it's unsuccessful so far. So I would simply ask that if you're going to be part of a group, that you abide by group rule, at least talk to someone before going off into danger. Buddy system, or whatever the kids call it nowadays.
I think I can do that. I have no interest in jumping into battle. I'm very strategic in my thinking, even though sometimes I will be honest, my mouth gets away from me. I understand when we need to fight and when we need to talk and when we need to run. And I'm willing to follow anyone. If there's a leader among you, I feel like that's probably you, since you tend to be the spokesperson. If you let me join your group and fight Strahd, I will follow your every command until the death of me.
Being a leader only works when people listen, and they don't, so there isn't one. But we're happy to have you aboard, at least as far as I'm concerned.
I'll come up and I'll put my hand and I'll just be like, no, we don't. But we're a team because we hang out, because we're We work. It just works. I don't know why. No, just smile stupidly.
He's correct. So I don't know. As you said, or as Lorelai stated, Strahd brings in teams or like groups of people together normally. As I stated earlier, I believe maybe there was just a delay or a glitch in his plans that prevented your connection or your joining, or us being in at the same time as you or finding the mist. Ever here we are. We have each other. We have a common goal. I say you join, and if we have problems, we'll face them as they come. Or
Lorelai will walk about like 5 feet away, and then you'll see her like move her hands in very specific like way, and then the earth from like 2 feet away from her will grow and form into the visage of like a human shape, and then kind of harden where it is by compacting in on itself, and then she'll turn around and look to Greta. If you're going to be here, I need to make sure that you at least don't die in the first 5 minutes. Hit this. And she'll step further away. What can you do?
What can I do?
he's like, I don't know.
She's like, wait, I have to be here and I have to fight? What is this?
No, I got you. I got you. Let me just find the spell that I want for this little shenanigan.
Muth got a training montage in the beginning too of Felt on Par.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, so you've just made like a golem from the sounds of it.
It's mold earth into the shape of a person and then compacted. So yeah, it's just like a blob that looks like a human shape of dirt.
Okay.
So as soon as you hit it, I'm like,
all right, I'm gonna conjure an animal, and I think that we're just gonna drop a giant saber-toothed tiger on top of your little mound of earth.
Where does it appear from?
I made it appear from the sky, and it just falls down and crushes it.
Does the tiger also get crushed?
He didn't go that high.
Fall damage.
Just fall damage.
Like,
A little kill point. No. Just Cass said that he landed on top, and then he just destroyed it with everything else he had.
Whoa.
Kind of a cat pounce.
Okay.
And then a little bit of like, like he's articulate and he just claws the shit out of it.
Okay. So you're a summoner?
I do have some skills with animals.
Okay.
But also some healing.
That works. That works.
What can you do with the swords on your back?
That's a good question. Take them out real quick. And she'll like reach it, like pull her pack out from behind her back, and then pull out a light hammer.
Pull things out on the first date? Damn. All right. I mean, okay. She pulls her swords out. And then she stresses that she is.
I have high expectations. Prove me right. And she'll toss the light hammer in front of her and wait for her to like hit it with something.
And she does, because she's very proficient with 2 weapons. It's one of her skills.
Sander, we hear you.
She takes and slaps him.
Roll the hit.
The cool metal noises. That was my cool metal noises.
Cool metal noises.
Metal noises.
That was awesome.
I will stick to animal noises in the future. I think I do those a little bit better. Yeah, it's still kind of like ting ting ting. That doesn't sound really cool at all. I totally get that.
Okay. Well, the hammer was flying toward your head, and it's a light hammer, so it's not really going to do that much damage. I was waiting for you to defend yourself, kind of just hit it away from yourself. So that works.
Ding 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 ding.
You're like, don't let the hammer touch the ground with your swords.
Oh my god.
It falls falls to the ground, lands on my foot like a hacky sack, and I lift it back up and hand it to you. You know, that'd be cool.
Alright, that works.
What?
Little finance.
Let's have breakfast.
What? This is dinner and a show.
Well, now we have another mouth to feed, which is fine. Not her. I'm talking the tiger.
Oh. Oh.
The
don't
tiger's
trust
not
me.
staying, is it?
You don't like
Because,
cat?
Mm-mm.
That
He
might
can
be a
leave
problem.
whenever I want him to.
Okay, I was about to say that might be a problem
Oh,
with
okay.
Mood's dog later.
Well, we're
Can I-
glad to have.
can I pet it?
We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Let's get some grub. Because I'm hungry.
Biscuit? Hand him a biscuit. It's good.
Sorry, guys. I'm under a tornado warning, and I couldn't find
Are
any
you
live
really?
streaming. I am.
Jeez, really?
Yeah. The live
Yeah,
stream
Jay
I was
said
trying
there
to
was one
watch
near
is
him earlier.
I was on a 10-minute spin of just ads repeating, and I was like, I can't find anything. But I got it now.
Jeez.
Sorry you had to hear my frustration.
Oh, you're fine.
That's
You're
what it
fine.
was. I didn't know what you were. Usually you don't talk like when you're off screen, and that's why I was like, hey, we can hear you.
It wasn't loud, you're all good. Yeah, so I guess they're dishing up breakfast. I had kind of been like
Nope.
nibbling while I was making stuff, so I'll just move
Yeah.
to like going and changing
I'd
out
like to
some
go.
bandages.
Let's get all 7 of us sitting down together at a table, including Obi, but Obi's doing Obi things.
Yeah, on his way
Pooping.
back from Florida.
He's pooping. He's pooping.
Nice.
He won't poop again.
He's
And
pooping.
he just talked to Lucian about fiber too.
He
Jeez.
did. Yeah.
He says the prunes work better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How
So
are
lucky has that.
how are we going to get Obi more fiber? Let's start with ideas. Brainstorm.
There's plenty of root veg. This is Velaki, man. There's not much here.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working.
Clearly
like a
not.
him
He has to eat
problem.
them first. Oh man, child. Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway, so you guys are sitting there eating breakfast, chilling, and you see some guards come in and go talk to. Are you guys eating inside church or outside church?
They're outside.
Okay.
I'm changing bandages.
Okay. You see a group of guards come up, talk to Father Lucian, and
Mm.
Father Lucian goes kind of ghost white.
I'll walk over closer to like just be standing behind him.
And
Follow.
he just
I try to
kinda-
listen.
Okay. The guards are apologizing, explaining that they're sorry they weren't there when it happened. They're currently investigating. They don't know how it happened, but they promised to get to the bottom of it. That they don't believe Isaac was involved, but he is missing currently. Sorry, I got quiet like it was going to help you, Xander, be able to hear whatever the warning was saying. I'm sorry. That's why I stopped talking. I was like, oh, he took off one ear thing he needs to hear, so I got to be quiet for him to hear the tornado warning.
Yeah, you're fine as long as you don't hear the sirens. Yeah, the sirens. It's safe.
But
I just
the guards, you can't really figure out what the guards are apologizing for, but it's clear that somebody is no longer alive. And then the guards turn and leave. And Father Lucian is literally just standing there by himself, just standing there staring off into the distance.
I'll go stand next to him and wait. If he takes a little bit too long to like notice that I'm there, I'll take his arm and like try and guide him over to a seat to sit because he seems like he's in shock.
He lets you guide him over to a seat.
I'll stand in
Okay.
front of him, and I'll like put my hand on his knee, but like on his hand too.
Right. He finally just sits down.
That sounds good.
I don't understand. I knew people didn't like Vargas, but I didn't I don't understand why they killed my sister too. It doesn't make sense.
Ooh,
What are you talking about?
Lydia girl.
My
That's her name.
sister Lydia and
Yeah.
her husband, the Burgermeister, my nephew Victor, they all were found hanging this morning from the tree in their front yard.
And he thinks Velakins did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucian,
I
I'm
could-
so sorry.
The only thing my sister ever did wrong was marrying that monster. She never did anything else wrong.
I know. And I'm sorry.
The hits
You,
just keep coming. I mean, I just. Okay, what do I need to do? There's going to be a void now. There's going to be a power vacuum, and
you shouldn't have to worry about that right now, Lucian. Take some time. I'm sure we'll probably have to go through your sister's house and sort through her affairs. If Isaac is missing, then I'll have to talk to the guard and see what's going on. Okay? Take a moment.
is there anything you'd like us to do in the meantime?
I was like, I think I'll just make the good
no,
sound because
no,
it takes 6 honey. Or I'll make the regular sound because it takes 6 honeycombs.
I think it would be wise if we took a look at the scene and possibly determine what the cause
I
of it
don't.
was.
I want
Perhaps
one of
prevent
us.
further events taking place.
I'd like one of the 7 of us to keep an eye on you while we go see if there's any sort of help to the investigation that I believe we can do. Why don't you sit here?
How about this? How about you go get Brother Donovich, please. I know he's with you guys. Please. Brother
Absolutely.
Donovich will be able to help me. He also will be able to take care of any of the services that I need him to take care of.
Of course.
While I can't
Very
think
well.
straight. And he and I together, along with Irina, we can watch the boys for you.
If Little Monster can't be in the church, but we can see if Erwin's boys will be willing to play with them for a few hours while we take care of everything.
Okay.
Bray and Brum are very sweet kids. I'm sure they'd like the company.
They are good kids. They are. If any of the guards say anything, Tell them that by order of the church, you're investigating my sister's murder.
Absolutely.
But
I don't think there'll be much in the way of opposition here. Not with Isaac and the Burgermeister at the commission. But thank you for the verbal writ. I appreciate it. And Laura will stand. We'll be back to check on you later.
okay.
And
Graina,
she's-
how good are you looking at stuff? Yeah, you're okay.
No, she's eating
Thank you for asking
lasagna,
the-
and that lasagna looked
Oh, my
damn
thanks.
good when you showed me that plate.
Mike, thanks for asking that question. I just shoved a whole entire thing of lasagna into
Oh,
my
absolutely.
mouth.
Yeah, I'm like a server.
That's how we roll here.
Are we looking at an investigation?
I was more or less asking you in character, but yes, yeah, I was kind of asking your investigation.
My
Bro.
passive investigation is 16.
My passive is 17. Suck it. No, I'm just kidding.
Mine in real life is 19. How about that?
Mine is negative
No,
3.
that's
Inside
passive
check.
perception. It's different than investigation,
Oh,
sir.
you're talking about investigation. Yeah, my investigation is not as high as my
Back off.
perception. Okay. Clearly, I failed that perception roll.
Yeah.
I had no
That's an
idea what
insight
y'all were
roll.
talking about. Jeez. Like I'm the DM or
Um,
something.
I know, right?
Well, very cool. I'd like
so-
to leave a note for Obi to go find Father Donovan.
No, okay.
Leave it
No,
on the handle.
I'm going over to the Blue Water to work that out with Donovich and the boys. So
That works. The rest
When I
of
make-
you headed to the Burgermeisters now, or are you going to? Okay.
Yeah.
You'll all meet
go
at the
get moved.
Burgermeisters after.
I'll go get Muth and we'll meet at the house. Yeah.
I mean, you want to come with me to the Blue Water? Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Make my way over.
I have
Those
to
are
like
like-
slow my walk to like half speed so you can keep up.
Yeah.
Finger licking good. Finger licking good lasagna. Right on. You know you're supposed. What are you, Marine?
Not answering that question. Never eating in front of you again.
That's probably a good policy, you know.
Oh, I adore you.
That's
I
good.
apologize for making fun of the way you were eating. I was just playing.
Lasagna, not to be taken out of context, looking up to the corner, lasagna is a sloppy meal. It's hard to eat gracefully.
It's
She
hard
learns
to eat
quickly.
gracefully.
You know,
Yeah.
you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Especially when it's good lasagna.
That's good.
Yo, I want some lasagna now.
I know.
No.
When I first saw your plate, I didn't think that was lasagna, and then when you sent me a picture of it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's good looking lasagna."
Mm,
And then
it's like
I
a
started
triple
wanting
meat
lasagna.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's my thing. It's kind of like my special superpower is to make people want food.
Yeah. Was that home
strange.
cooked or was that boxed?
Home cooked, and then additionally to that, for dessert, which has not been brought to me yet, I made a lavender lemon pound cake.
Wow.
Ooh,
Mm.
Fancy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Loki knows a few things about pounding cake.
Hey.
Yay!
wow.
Not eating the pound cake in this fucking chat, that's for sure.
Have you ever heard of a bofidi noodle?
Wait, what?
Why do I feel like that's a joke waiting for me to say?
A
is.
bofidi noodle? You've never heard of a bofidi? It's like a udon, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like soup.
I'm saying
Yeah,
it
it
quietly
has like
to
an almond
They're
myself.
not gonna
No.
do it, man. They're not gonna do
Okay.
it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's what Floki's allergic to.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I caught it.
Friendship. No.
It could have been good.
High perception.
If it
Whenever
wasn't
you
me, that
go-
would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you go to find Muth, he's trying to make a pie downstairs and is trying.
Oh, you're up? Are you okay?
Well, I thought only Foster was going back to the.
I was going because we have to send Donovich over to the church and then send the boys with Erwin's boys for like a play date.
Okay. Yeah, I'm downstairs in the kitchen trying
I
to
mean,
make a pie.
we're both there.
Cool.
I would have gone upstairs to look for him though, so you would have seen him.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm looking for Erwin.
Well, last I remember, he went upstairs to my room.
Yeah.
So I told him to go.
Foster said you were napping.
I probably should be, but I couldn't sleep. I tried to make pie though, and I show you the dish, and it looks awful. Like absolutely just like throwing ingredients into a pan. Like it might as well have been frozen vegetables. Like it's just not looking good. I I'm still extremely exhausted.
Mhm.
Which means I have disadvantage on my ability checks, and I rolled 2 twos. So it is awful. It does not look like a good pie.
There's a wine glass in it for some
Um,
reason.
Yeah.
That is a great
Yeah,
amount
drinking and
of
bacon.
effort. Um, do you have a lot on your mind? I know it's a stupid question because we all do, but
No, I'm okay.
maybe doing something or talking about it will make you sleep better.
I'm okay.
Uh,
Le-
it's great effort on the pie. We could put that effort
as you
into.
keep looking at the pie, he's just gonna pick it up and dump it in the trash can.
Okay.
Scrape it out.
I wasn't
he-
criticizing it.
It's
It sounds like
okay.
you're emptying a junk drawer.
Yeah, it does. Like the fork I mix it with hits the bottom of the trash can.
Oh, oh.
Like a metal trash can too, so it echoes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
I'd
he's
walk in.
gonna
I'd walk into those.
yeah, he's just gonna look. You walk down the stairs, he's looking down at his pan, the empty pan. He's gonna say, "I know it was an ugly baby."
What?
Too soon.
Pie.
You mean pie? You mean
I'll
pie?
be like, you guys ate all the pie?
You didn't want any other pie.
No,
Well,
probably.
It
Well,
wasn't any good.
that's fair. Faser,
Yeah.
Moose was having some trouble trancing, for lack of a better word. Do you have anything that would help him with that?
Sleeping. I mean, besides for hitting him, no, not really.
Hitting him? No, I mean like magic or whatever. I don't know.
I'm okay, guys. We got stuff to do, right?
Yeah, but I don't.
I can calm him down.
In the
About all I
most
got.
I'm okay,
gentle of
guys.
ways
Yeah.
physically possible. I don't want you trying to sew up a leg and then put a needle through someone's eye. Gently said,
Trust
of course.
me. Trust me.
'Cause-
I'm not picking up a needle.
Okay.
I
Well, if he
will.
trances out, we can hang out for a couple hours.
No, it's
So.
okay. I'm fine, guys. Let's just go do something.
If he
Let's
sleeps in
just
the
go
cart on
do
the way,
something.
if he sleeps in the cart on the way, it's okay. It's fine.
It's not that far to require a cart.
No,
we have
I'll walk. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. You're
Moose.
taking it too seriously.
Moose. There's more bad news, and I'm not. Are you in a good spot to hear it?
There's bad
'Cause-
news.
Smooth requires nap.
Yes, and I don't want you to have a second night of really no sleep at all.
It's
Yeah,
alright.
So-
agreed.
What's the yeah? What's the what's the bad news?
Me and Foser are here to send the boys on a play date and send Donivish to the church. Lydia and Vargas are no longer with us.
I didn't see them in the fight. I didn't
Those
see
in
them
the
in the
fight.
aftermath. I lined
Something
up
that
all the
happened to
bodies.
them afterwards.
You're not gonna see him this morning either. Well, you will, but
Um, how did they die?
hanging.
Uh,
We're not sure. We're not sure. We're gonna go investigate now. So,
uh,
how much does Moose weigh? Out of character.
Moose. Actually, let me look. I got that written down.
Is it under 250 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
He weighs 112 pounds. He
Soaking wet.
is
Oh, you're
underweight.
tiny. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Yeah.
He's 5'4" in skin and bones.
Moose, you have two options. Al's gonna carry you to the Burgermeister's house, or you're going upstairs and sleep right now. Those are your two choices.
Okay, how about I walk to the Burgermasters?
Nope. That you're going upstairs on.
No,
Yes.
I'm fine.
Moose.
Look,
Did you
just
see the
because
pie
you
that
got a new shiny body does not mean mine's useless.
I'm gonna look down at? I'm gonna
It's
look
your
down
shiny
in the
body.
garbage can.
We just also said that yours is really easy to put on house watch. That's all.
I'm gonna look down at the pie and be like,
The
You
the
can go to
empty
bed.
pie tin.
No, the garbage can of like, like broken glass. There's a screw in
Yeah.
there, and I'm gonna be like, you have two options. I'm just gonna repeat it again. Al, sorry, Al, would you please carry Muth to the Burgermeister's house with us, please?
Uh,
Was there? I was
does
Listen.
a 11 persuade you into allowing me to walk?
there's one that.
Listen, we had two people almost die yesterday. I'm not looking to try and keep you off from the brink of death today.
It does.
I am good.
It does.
It does? Okay, cool.
Fine. You can walk, but if you get tired or you trance out, Al's carrying you. Deal?
Okay, deal.
Cool. I'll
Okay.
meet everyone at the Burgermeister's house.
I'll go
Is there
talk to
any
Erwin
way
about stuff.
that I could have arrived before anybody else?
Oh,
I would
definitely.
like to definitely don't want to basically like
I like that.
disrupt the scene, but I would like to make it more approachable by, you know, taking the bodies down and stuff of that sort. And then I would begin investigating.
Yeah. You know how when you wake up in the middle of the night, in the middle of REM sleep, because you heard a noise, and so you're walking around the house with one eye closed, trying to not face plant into the door frame? That's how Mooth's walking right now. He's just kind of like, I'm fine, guys. Really, I'm fine. Just stay out of my way.
He's holding onto the grass so he doesn't fall off the earth.
Just so you guys know, when you get to the Burgermeister's house, they have them laying on the ground, laid out, guarding them. And there are two dogs on the doorstep, two very large mastiffs. And the guards kind of
Here,
stop
puppy,
you as you guys
puppy.
are walking up, and they're like,
I'm gonna pet that dog.
they're like,
Dog.
those are Vargas's mastiffs, and they won't let anyone in the house. It's
Okay. I got this.
I look at our newest party member and I'm like, animal person?
Dogs.
You're muted. Oh my god. I saw you say, oh my god. There
I
you go.
am an animal person, but right now my dogs are being kind of bitchy and they keep barking, so I keep muting myself so you guys don't have to be disrupted by their shenanigans. But yes,
Okay.
she is an animal person. She has several animal themed spells.
Can you talk
could
to
do.
the doggos?
Oh, I can definitely talk to the doggos.
Um, what do
It's one of
you?
my
Hold on? What are you
specialties.
guys? What are you guys doing here?
We have been instructed. Is it Father Lucian? Yes.
We're instructed by the church to come and
By the
investigate.
power of
Yeah,
the church, we are here
the
to
power of the
investigate the murders.
Then yeah,
that
we're
Okay.
investigating something.
Okay.
gonna hold
Speak
up
an
No,
the
hour, forever hold your
leaf
peace.
as a
no,
badge.
I understand. It's Father Lucian's sister. I get it. Just realize that we're waiting for the elves to show up from the Reformation Center to investigate also. So,
What is their estimated time of arrival? How far out are they?
um, when they feel like being here, honestly,
Mm.
So,
Okay.
so we're good to just go ahead and just don't fuck anything up.
pretty much that's all we're asking. Don't.
Okay. You can do that.
You guys can hang out if you want. Yeah. And I'd walk in.
So
Yeah. Once we go inside, Draven goes into sleuth mode. He's never been in here, and he wants to find all the things.
The dogs literally are preventing you from getting inside.
Well, I mean, once she does her thing, if she gets us in.
Okay.
I pull out a goblin hand and wiggle it like a treat.
Oh my God.
One of them is like looking at the food. The other one is just stoic.
I'm gonna toss the goblin hand to the one that's taking interest.
Okay. He snatches
And
it up.
then I will.
It looks like the other one is judging him harshly for taking the food.
Okay. No.
So he's a Karen. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be completely annoying because this is the kind of like dog owner that I am, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh my God, who's my sweet boys? Oh my God, you're just so strong. You're just so brave. Can you tell me what happened here? Can you? Can you be a big, strong boy? Or I guess I didn't check their gender. Check. They're
Yeah,
males.
they're both
Oh,
boys. They're both boys.
yeah.
And the one that's eating is like, well, that's like, and then the other one goes, stop it. First of all, do not speak to me like I am an idiot.
I apologize, good sir. I was not aware that you were this heightened in intelligence, and that is my bad. It would give me the greatest of honors if you could tell me what happened to your masters. I can seek vengeance against those who wronged you and your family.
Okay, I accept that. So I had made the mistake of allowing Valor to keep watch, while I simply closed my eyes for a few moments. It was probably a lot longer than a few moments. I was exhausted. But I awoke to him barking and growling and yiping that mom and dad, as he refers to them, they're not our parents, that mom and dad had been dragged outside and were no longer alive. That he'd been tricked into eating some food that had made him drowsy. Yet here he is accepting more food from another stranger. At least this time it was a child. Um, so I don't really know what happened, other than the fact that Valor was tempted by food as usual, and Victor, Vargas, and Lydia, that is their names, not mom and dad, and God, the gods help us if that's our brother. But they were dragged outside and they were murdered in the early morning. I had not even been asleep for that long. I don't understand how somebody did this. I have looked all over the house, and there's no sign of forced entry. This door is the only one that was unlocked. The back door is still locked. The windows are all shut. But somehow someone got in here. Somehow someone took the lives of the only people who ever fed me exactly what I want. Do you know how long it's gonna take for me to train somebody now to care for me properly? Do you know anything about mastiffs? Could you care for me
I do
properly?
actually. I would have to. I've just joined this group, and I would have to ask
Can
their
you
permission
please
first.
explain to me why the little man over there is drooling like an animal himself? Oh my God,
He's
he thinks I'm a
excitable.
puppy. He does, doesn't he? He thinks I'm a puppy.
I don't think he thinks you're a puppy. I think that he is very excited about how massive and majestic you look.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Valor, my older brother, he was hit in the head way too many times. And he is bigger than me, he is stronger than me, and I got the looks and the brain, and well, he's big and stupid. But he's very strong. I like food! Yes, and you like food. Do you have any food, pretty lady with the feathers? Are you a bird? Do you taste like chicken? I like chicken. Do you taste like chicken? And he like starts licking his lips walking towards you.
Um, I will take out a frog on a stick and throw it at him.
He immediately is distracted by frog on a stick and pounces on it.
Nice.
Stop! Ugh. Damn it, he still won't learn. The point is, lady with the feathers, that I am not letting anyone in here until they figure out what happened to Vargas and Victor and Lydia. No one may enter until they figure it out.
Well, that's why we're here. We've been empowered by the church to find out what did happen to the 3 residents that were in this house. Are you okay with us going in and investigating further? You can come with us if you want. I'm sure your sense of smell would help us.
Okay.
Lucky for you, Draven, give me a stealth roll, buddy.
I was wondering when I was going to come.
When would you tell us anything about what you're talking about with these dogs?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, Beowulf. And before this happens, Gray, when do you tell them what the conversation is like? You can get back to that corner, Draven.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Not that
I plan
far.
to tell
a
them
little
as soon
closer.
as I knew whether. Oh,
No, you go ahead, Gray.
I had planned to tell them as.
You have a map. Okay.
I had
Sounds like
planned
never
to
been.
tell them whether or not we were given access. That was what,
Okay.
and like any information I gained from that.
Oh.
So if they had said yes, I gained access, I would have said this is.
Bayo
Oh,
and
well,
Foster, because I know
yeah.
you two are staring at the doggies. Both of you give me a
Yeah.
perception.
I would. Could I add on my staff? I'd be probably holding it just to look tough or whatever. I look like a new big baddie. While she's sitting here talking to them, I'd like to squeeze it a little bit and take a charge of it and use animal friendship and speak with dogs or speak with animals.
Speak with dogs. Speak with animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you
each
can
of those
hear.
get a charge.
Okay. You can hear what's going on, and you get the animal friendship. But
Yeah.
both of
Do I
you,
get any brownie points for giving him food?
well, you see him all of a sudden as he's like gnawing on this frog on a stick. He stops, looks up, looks straight over at the corner, and goes, "Vigil, one of them's going around the corner."
I throw a potato at him to distract him.
Potato at him.
Treat!
Like a snowball.
He's gonna bounce off his head.
He immediately go, "Well, yeah, give me a. You're trying not to hit him. Give me a.
No, I want to hit him.
Oh, okay, then give me a thrown weapon."
Okay,
He
That's
used to
sad.
be a depressing looking rock man.
I have a sling. That works.
I am now
Okay.
big, strong rock man.
That's a 16.
16. Yeah, you definitely hit him in the head. And he kind of shakes it off immediately and goes after it and starts playing with the potato.
Nice.
Which one's the smart one? Vigil.
Yeah,
Right.
Vigil.
I that's the one I'd like to have casted animal friendship on, and the first thing I'm gonna say to him is, "He's a good boy." He has the charm condition, so. Oh, you need to make a 16 wisdom save if you actually want to fight it.
You see him and he looks over at you like, "Please don't refer to me as a good boy. And please tell your friend to not sneak it. I really do not want to have to walk away from the porch to bite somebody. Valor, please leave the potato alone. Go after the one
throw it
who's
across the
sneaking
yard.
around the corner."
I throw the potato so he goes to like play fetch with it, you know?
What is Draven's armor
Grande.
class?
15.
Oh, okay. Valor takes off running, and will tackle you somewhere around the corner of the house.
Okay.
And it's just like pinning you to the ground. You can do a strength, but he just rolled an 18 to tackle you.
Oh, no, yeah, you're fine. If anything, I would try to use Dex, but if he's just tackling me, I should be like, I wasn't trying to sneak. I was just trying to look around. We're here to help. Obviously, I'm
He's
realizing that I'm
slobbering
talking
all
to a
over in your
dog.
face as he's growling, but like it's a growl like you know this thing could attack you and kill you, but he looks like he's dumb as a box of rocks at the same exact time. Okay, you know the big old beast from the Sandlot?
Yes, the Sandlot!
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's like that's literally all I'm imagining right now. Is
Valor is
Rocket
beast.
running and
Okay.
dog, yeah.
Visual is at the doorstep and he's like, "So you're telling me that you and the pretty lady with the feathers, that you were all here to investigate? Is that what you're saying? Dark, shiny man and woman with the feathers. You're here to investigate what happened to Victor and Vargas and Lydia." You're muted.
Could you provide me anything, any other reason we'd be here? Because we're not trying to steal. I'll tell you that right now. I'm a man of the cloth.
Any other reason you could be here? Well, Vargas was the Burgermeister. He was in charge of the whole village, and he thought he was a very important person. And lots of people came here to see him all the time, to talk to him about all kinds of business that sounded really ridiculous and dumb. I saw no need for half the things they talked about. But Vargas required all the people, all the people that live in this village inside the pen that they choose to live in.
Don't you technically live in a pen?
They all live in a pen. They call it walls, but let's be real. It's a pen.
Don't you?
Yes. I also live inside the pen.
Yeah, I
Not
just
by
like
my.
Wouldn't you like to be free? Wouldn't you like to be free?
Yes, but for now I have to stand guard of the house and protect it
so bad at the
to make sure
Destiny
that
jump.
nothing happens until I find somebody who I deem worthy enough to make me food.
Muth is gonna lean against Lorelei, like trying to keep himself standing. He's gonna say, how long are we gonna stand at the front door?
I don't entirely know what they're doing. We can go take a look at the bodies. I probably would be able to investigate them a little bit better. Do you want to sit on the steps while you wait, or do you want to come with me?
Yeah, I'll go look at the bodies, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
As you two step forward, Vigil will get right in the middle of the walkway. Shiny man.
Weren't the bodies put out?
Oh, you guys are going to the bodies. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, weren't the
Mhm.
bodies put outside?
Yeah, the bodies.
Is what I was gonna ask. Because I'm like, why are the dogs getting involved? They're not inside the house.
Sorry. Foster, I moved
Okay.
you. I'm
Oh, you're
sorry.
okay.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Foster's the name. Yours is?
But I didn't-
Your name is Foster. Foster,
Correct.
my name is Vigil. And that is
My friend Grayna.
that is my brother Valor. He was born first.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was fourth in the litter. I'm pretty
Sounds
sure
like you got the brains.
I'm pretty sure Valor ate our brother and sister. I haven't seen
I'm
him
in the
for a very
ladder.
long time.
He looks like it.
He may have.
A long ladder.
I was not the runt of the litter. That was my little sister, but she passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, it was very sad.
Did she receive a proper burial?
Oh damn.
They dug a hole and they put her in it.
Is that suffice enough for you?
I would have preferred she be buried under a tree. Preferably her favorite tree. It was the apple tree in the backyard. She loved that tree. Although I think it's an apple that killed her.
Would you be? That's a little ironic.
Yes,
Would you be able to show me where they buried her?
When I'm not guarding the front door, yes, I would be more than happy to show you where they buried her.
Awesome. I would like to help you achieve that goal. Here's my predicament. We are trying to help the church.
That is what the woman with the feathers has said, that you guys are here to try to investigate. And that is good. I'm glad you're here to investigate. Two of the people are over there looking at the bodies right now.
You are more than welcome to give us a sniff down. We'll show you that we mean no harm. We're just trying to find out what happened and if there's any clues inside the house that could possibly have led to a possible motive for somebody.
Because of her animal friendship, because of her animal handling, and yours, go ahead and roll with her helping you because she started the conversation and everything. I'll give you advantage
On
animal handling.
Aminal. That's a nat 20 for my first one, so it's a 25.
Okay.
Damn, bro.
So can I steal this dog?
Foster, I will allow you.
I was going to suggest the same thing, but
That 20's a little bit
Foster, I will allow you and the lady with the feathers and your group. I will need you to please remove your shoes when you come inside. I do not like
Absolutely,
dirt.
yeah.
I do not want
We're not
dirt
savage.
from all over the place brought in here.
We're not savage.
If you just walked around the yard, I would understand, but you've been elsewhere, and it would distract. Where is my brother at?
Probably saying hi
Valor!
to
Valor!
one who ate the others in the litter, so to speak.
I got him pinned down! What do you want me to do now? He smells really good. I think he had biscuits. Valor, we're going to let them come into the house. We're going to show them the house. You can come back now. Does that mean I don't eat this one? Valor, you've never eaten a person before. I can start with this one. He smells like biscuits. No, Valor, you are not starting with that one. Okay. Draven, Valor finally just like gets off you and starts walking over.
Ugh.
And he starts sniffing the pretty lady that has feathers. You were talking to my brother earlier. Do you have any food like the little girl does? The little girl has food. And you can talk to me, so you can tell me yes. Yes, you have food.
I do have food. I
I
have
know, I
yes,
smell it.
jerky. Would you like
I
some?
smell it. Yes. I like the jerky.
Would
I'm
you
a
like
good
some?
boy. He sits. He goes, I'm a good boy. Look at me sit. I'm a good boy. Give me food for being a good boy. You want my paw? Here, you can have my paw. Here's my paw. You want the other paw? You can have the other paw. You can. I lay down. I'll lay down. You give me jerky.
Sure.
And he lays down.
Show me your belly. Show me your belly.
He rolls over and everything. Vigil looks at you, Foster, and goes, I hate it when he embarrasses himself. He makes a fool of himself.
Our dog.
So Greta sits and
You're
rubs his
muted.
belly and then conveys to the group questions. Oh my god. No, I'm
No,
not.
not you, not
No,
you,
me,
not you. It
me,
was Foster.
me.
I saw him
Oh.
talking too. So anyway, what'd you say, Gray?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, at this point, while I'm rubbing his belly, I just convey to the group that the dogs aren't, like, we're drugged and aren't really aware of what's going on, but that they've granted us permission to go into the house. You know, after being sniffed down and whatnot.
Well, we're over here looking at the bodies. Do you guys want to go inside and take a look?
Yeah, we can do that. Hey, Valor,
Works.
you want me to make you some food?
You can make food? Vigil, this one can cook. This one can cook. Show him where the kitchen is. Vigil, Valor, please control yourself. You've been fed 3 times today. But he said he can cook. That doesn't mean it will be good. Remember the one maid? She said she could cook too. And she made that disgusting slop with the potatoes and the eggs, and they mixed it together with the seasons, and it just did not taste good at all. Mama said he just said, "Hey, I make that."
That was like a shepherd's pie. I was like, that sounds familiar.
No,
make shepherd's pie
eggs and
with-
potatoes. Eggs and potatoes.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
like a
too.
frittata.
No. You like put the egg on top of the.
And Corbin's muted.
Vigil, if you'll allow me, I will find something from the meat freezer section of your, and I'll cook you something nice while we investigate the house. Would that be acceptable to you?
My feeding time was actually approximately 2 turns of an hourglass ago. But I will accept you feeding me now. That is fine. Next time I would appreciate it if you'd feed me on time. Please.
My apologies. I will get right to it.
If you don't want to eat now, we could wait till the next feeding time.
And Vigil will like step aside. Like the doors were open the whole time, but he steps aside to where you guys can go inside.
Good to go.
Successfully.
By the way, Xander, I appreciate you throwing those bodies down there for me.
You're welcome, friend.
My
Can
freaking
I
water
give
into the
a
room.
can I give a medicine check to see if I can discern how they died?
You sure can.
Cool. Disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Lorelei's
Not
right
bad.
there beside you helping you, so it's a straight roll.
Okay. Hey,
do-
17 plus 5.
Oh,
So
okay.
25.
The
22. I lied. 22.
As you're examining them, you find small puncture wounds on the back of all 3 of their necks. There's
3 of their
3 of them.
necks?
Yeah.
No,
You
how
only
many
put
puncture
2
wounds?
bodies. 1 puncture wound.
How-
1 puncture wound, 3 necks. You didn't put
Size?
down Victor. You just put Vargas and Lydia.
Okay.
The son is there also.
All right, hold on. I
Oh,
got one.
Victor
wait.
is too?
So
Yeah,
like
Victor-
one
Victor-
set
Dude,
of
I thought
teeth.
it was just the parents.
Nope.
One set of teeth.
Oh,
No,
Bro.
just 1 puncture, not teeth marks. 1 puncture, a single puncture wound
her body. Okay.
towards the center of the back of the neck.
Okay, can I see whether the Okay, you know how like if something like if an arrow were to go in, the entry hole would be smaller than like the very bottom of it, and you'd assume that like whatever hit them was like in a cone shape. Can I see what shape the wound is in to try and gauge what did it?
Very cylindrical.
An arrow, a
Roughly,
would
roughly
like an icicle?
roughly icicle. I was thinking more. I'll bring it modern so you guys would know size. Roughly pencil.
Okay.
pencil.
Just a little thing.
Okay.
So like darts or like ice knife?
A little bit bigger than a dart. Yeah.
I've got a -1 to medicine, but
I got a plus
would
5.
it have hit anything vital that would give indication that that was the thing that killed them?
The back of the neck.
Yeah, but if it didn't, if it hit the brain stem, totally makes sense. If it just went through like skin or whatever,
Oh no,
that
it's
wouldn't
a
do-
deep puncture. It's a very deep puncture wound. Very deep
I
puncture
guess
wound.
esophagus there.
okay. Yeah, but like if it hits in a certain way, it could be
Okay.
they died of suffocation, in which case you would assume that there would be like blood in their like lungs and stuff, or it hit like their brain stem, it would be brain death just because of like
In
all the nerves and
Corbin's
stuff that's
favor,
there. Or
in Corbin's favor, there was a
Everyone's-
incident on campus where I graduated from where a golf club went through someone's neck and was taken to the hospital and they lived. So you can survive having a puncture through the neck.
I mean, yes, you can.
so-
I'm just saying that is like a very
That
like
was
that's
a
a
lot.
pretty critical area.
So you know what else is a lot? The fact that
More drugs.
y'all are zoning in right now, and it's already 10:05, folks.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured session would end before we got to the body thing.
But you know that you know for a fact that the puncture wound is what took their life.
Mhm.
Everything else was a show,
Okay.
Okay.
and we will end there because we have 3 East Coasters and a tired Moonslicer. What time zone you in, Moonslice?
I'm in like central, so
I thought
6
you
to
were.
6.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
But you also just recently switched to the odd shift, and it's throwing your body off.
Tonight shift, yeah. So this is usually my tired time where I take a nap just to try to like get myself on schedule. 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. is a new shift.
Yeah.
Hey, what
Ah,
is
do you
your
do?
work? Because I also work.
I
12-hour
work
shift.
I work in a jail. I'm working corrections.
Ah, nice.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way
Yeah,
too.
pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steady knows. I got assaulted back in January, and I'm still not off light duty, so that sucks.
Dang.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, so
Okay, ladies and
Maybe
nerds, I'm tired. I have to go
yeah.
to bed.
How about
All right,
this?
close
How
it.
about
Okay,
we tell
go to
everybody
bed.
good night and tell everyone we will see them in 2 weeks because we love you
2
guys.
weeks.
Tell them you love
In
them.
2 weeks, I'll be at my new house.
Thank you
Yeah.
for
See y'all.
watching Twitch.
We're just stay at this early.
It's been Face Rejects. We are
I
out.
was back.
Good night, everybody.